All right, what's up, guys? We are live. So we got a dope podcast for you. This is going to be a social circle game masterclass. We're going to teach you everything you need to know about social circle game, and we're going to teach you everything you need to know about sliding in them DMs. But first, let's get pumped up by listening to our new trailer.
How do you feel about big dicks?
We got Sarah J on the casting couch.
Yes.
She's never done this before.
You are allowed to have sex with other girls, but she's not. Fuck that shit.
What are some of the biggest mistakes you personally experienced?
Shoulder fuckers.
All right.
Wow.
So last night, in a very interesting twist of fate, so you guys know I did the Michael Sartain podcast. He was talking about social circle game. So then I met these degenerates at hookah last night, and they were telling me about all the chicks they've been banging from quote unquote social circle game. I was like, oh, this is fascinating. Let's just keep going with this theme because they're saying some stuff that Michael didn't get a chance to cover. So I figured this would be an interesting angle. Plus, we had a time constraint last night. We can kind of get more into it, answer your questions. I was going through their Instagram, and these guys are fucking legit. So let's start off with a quick introduction. You want to start first, Mustafa?
Yeah. So I actually go by Mufasa. My real name is Mustafa.
Okay. I keep butchering that.
Yeah, totally fine. Yeah, so I actually ran into Alex yesterday, and I realized I used to watch a lot of his content back in the day. And I mean, I've watched a lot of that content, growing up. I've watched a lot of things basically to, help better myself. And I feel like every single person should watch that. So I just going through my journey, like the place that I am right now, I feel like there's like a lot that there is to share, especially in like 2022, how it's really evolved since like when I first started kind of seeing like your content and other people's content. And I feel like in today's world, especially like in the big cities, like to have access to a lot of different things, you need the right connections. You need to be in like the right circles. So, and I realized that really after I moved to Los Angeles, and out of all times that I moved to Los Angeles, it was in 2020, right? It was honestly, I was just a little bored. I was like, pandemic. I was like, my dumbass decided to move to Los Angeles, right? And during that time, it's like it was pretty evident that I needed to be plugged into the social circle. So I figured out how to get in there, and then obviously because of my background, I was just able to learn just a lot of things of really precisely how to implement this and teach it to other people of how they could get into those type of social circles and really live like a really badass lifestyle.
Yeah, we'll get more into that.
Yeah,
Alex?
what's up? Yeah, what's up? I'm Alex.
He has a good name.
Yeah, cool name, great name. No, I also spent my time in different communities. I've seen PWF's material before. I watched their videos. Kind of the same background as Mufasa for a minute, but I moved out to LA, and I started getting involved in networking and being social, which LA is a place that you really have to do that. If you want any success at all, if you want access to basically anything there that's not, on the street, around the homeless people. But no. And I met Mufasa, and I had been doing, different types of, ways to meet people. But I met Mufasa, and he was setting up these events, and I would go, and all of a sudden I'd be surrounded by, some of the most successful, beautiful people that I've ever been around in my life. And it was easy. It was easy to socialize with them. They came up to us and they wanted to network with us. And after that, it just, propelled forward where we were getting access to things almost immediately that we never had access before. And that's not just LA, but that's all across the country and other countries as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Cool. So let's start off in chronological order. So let's start off when you guys were in your pickup phase. You both had a pickup phase, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, just give a little overview. What was that like, and what kind of results you were getting?
Well, I mean, I got into the content, like I started watching a lot of different artists back in the day. It was just something that I was just really into. I really resonated with the content, like just getting in the moment, being present with the moment. And I liked watching a lot of that stuff. But, it wasn't until basically when I learned like the social circle game where I started really implementing all those things like to the max, right? Because like all those things that you would learn, it's good. But when you take them and actually implement them in a social circle setting, it becomes a lot more prominent and actually a lot more useful in a lot of ways.
Okay, so let's get into that. How did you start the social circle game? First, let's start off with this. I think a lot of people don't even know what social circle game is.
Yeah.
They know it involves something social, and they know it involves game, but they're not really sure what exactly it is. So what exactly is social circle game? Let's start off with that.
Yeah, so social circle game is basically having a group of people that you see on a regular basis that know you. It's basically the opposite of quote unquote cold approach game. It's you go out with these people that you know, or you go to events and venues where a lot of people already know you, and you just start meeting people out of like warm approach. And what I usually tell people is the best way to meet people, especially like very, very successful people, is by having like a co-signer, like somebody to introduce you to those other people, right? So by actually being deep in those social circles, you become that you have access to be introduced to this very large amount of people very, very quickly too, right? And they just start seeing your Instagram, you exchange social medias with them, and you basically kind of just like put them in a funnel of inviting them into your life to kind of check it out what it is, and to quickly see like, is this someone I want to be a part of?
Yeah, and it's just about like playing a winning game as well. Like I feel like most people, when they think I'm going to go out and meet people, they'll be at home for the rest of the first part of the week, and then they'll all of a sudden decide, okay, today's the day that I'm going to go out and meet people. I'm just going to go by myself. I'm not going to be really sure where I'm going. Okay, there's this random place by my house, and that's not really like playing to win. You want to play to win. You want to put yourself in the best environment. You want to set your life up, and this is what people are already doing that are at high levels. Like they have people that are texting them. They have people that are calling them to go to different places, and they already know where the party's at. They already know where the people that they want to meet are at. And that's at all times. You can go anywhere when you connect with the right people. So, I mean, that's really the benefit of running that type of game, is that you are always connected in. You already have that status no matter where you go. And it's like warm approaching all the time. It's warm leads.
Yeah, the guys who are getting the top shelf pussy with the least amount of effort are in cold approach PUAs. This is just not reality. I don't care how good they are. If they have like 20 million skill level in cold approach, they're not gonna beat someone like Dan Bilzerian or Michael Sartain, who's it's just so much easier. Okay, so let's start with you. I'm gonna keep butchering your name.
Yeah, Mufasa.
Yeah. Okay.
Lion King.
Lion King. I never saw Lion King as a kid.
Oh my
Wow.
Grew up in Russia, bro.
Hey.
We had the Soviet King.
I mean,
We're watching that right after this right now.
We have the Soviet King.
We had Lion King.
He's like a cheaper.
He's
He's like a cheap Russian version of the Lion King.
Oh,
He's
man.
missing like a tail and shit. In Russia, we can't afford tail.
Potato farm.
Let's start with this, Mufasa. So that was correct, right?
You got it, man.
Mufasa. Okay. How exactly did you get into it? Like, let's give us be as precise and detailed as possible. Start with the first step.
Dude, I just came to LA, and honestly, I had no expectations to it. And looking back, it was a pretty solid decision, because I was just a little bit, I started going to the beaches, and I was just a little bit happy because I had a lot more freedom, because I used to live in Michigan, even though I would kind of just have success anywhere I went. So I was kind of in a phase where I was like, hey, I don't need anything really better than what I already have, because I had things working in my favor back when I was even in other cities. But when I moved to LA, I was kind of just going on the beach. Like I was having fun. I was still able to meet a lot of people. But what really changed was when I had this one friend that took me to some parties in LA, where I started really meeting people that I was watching on YouTube. I was, all these TikTokers that I was meeting, all these high level people that I used to look up to. Now they're like right in my face.
How did you meet this person?
Well, he was actually like a long-term friend. I mean, he's actually a very, very good networker himself.
Okay.
Like a childhood friend of mine. He's been living in Los Angeles for a while. I've actually learned a lot of things from him too. He's very good at like framing, value, and like offering people value in the ways that they want, right? So I quickly learned from him. I'm like, yeah, when you're out in these like venues and these parties and these events with these high status people, it's like, yeah, like you might have like a very, very good vibe to you, and that's important. And I think that's probably one of the most important things. But if you don't really have anything to offer to these people, or even quote unquote like a better place or like a better thing, it's kind of like you're gonna miss out on all these opportunities to really, really, connect with those people and do like really cool stuff with, right? So the one thing I would, suggest to like anybody out there like watching is, for sure, like have something that you could offer people and really, really understand how to figure out what people want very, very quickly. And that's like a skill of its own. And once you get very good at understanding that skill of like what is it that somebody truly wants, then you could literally just reverse engineer of how to give it to them, right?
The thing is, I think a lot of guys have absolutely nothing to offer. So we want to like reverse engineer this as much as possible. Like, I think it's easy to forget, but like the average person who's watching like YouTube videos, like they don't really, they're not Dan Bilzerian. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, for sure.
Like Dan isn't watching this podcast.
Right.
It'd be nice if he was, but I don't think he is. So
well, you'd be surprised actually, like these people at the top, man, like some of the best things that you could offer them, because what can you offer to someone like Dan Bilzerian? like he has enough money. You don't have enough money to offer him a large amount of money. You don't have enough girls to offer him anything. But your vibe is probably going to be your best bet of vibing with these very, very high level people.
But the issue with that would be, but basically, you have to have access.
Right,
To
exactly.
him
I feel
to be
like
able
yeah,
to
I feel
make
like
it
yeah,
your vibe,
yeah.
right?
Wait, so let me finish with this. So to actually connect with someone like Dan Bilzerian, like the best way is from the vibe. But what happens is you kind of have to infiltrate like his whole circle, right? Like to be friends with Dan Bilzerian, he has to start recognizing you in multiple different places. He has to start seeing you around all the time. And it almost becomes like this thing where he sees you so much, you're kind of just part of his circle naturally, right?
He's banging some chick. You're like, "What's up, Dad?
Hey, what's up, man?
Yo, man. Yo, let me grab a titty real quick."
No, that's like literally
see you
what
later,
it is,
bro.
man. Yeah, that's like literally what it is. Yeah, I've been to a Dan Bilzerian party before, man. Anything you hear about Dan Bilzerian is like way crazier than you even think, man. For real, it's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I feel like here's my thought process. It's like a little bit of a chicken and egg thing. It's like
Right.
you need to some value offering proposition to get inside these social circles, but in order to get inside these social circle, like in order to be accepted, like it's like a chicken and egg type of thing. So how, like, I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out is how did you get into it? And you say you have a friend, but I guess I'm trying to figure out what if someone doesn't have a friend that can kind of get them into the scene? What can they do?
Yeah, exactly. And I would say like my friend is the one who really showed me like what's possible, right? So it was kind of like at the end of the day, it is still up to you to try to figure out like how you could actually infiltrate these social circles. Because, you know, at the end of the day, even though he's my friend, like he's not just going to drag me around and baby me for a long period of time. I still have to hold my own in these social settings, right? So, I mean, like just for anybody watching that wants to start adding value to people, I like to categorize it like there's 4 different things that you could offer men precisely, right? Woman is obviously different, but it's somewhat similar too. Like as men, like what do guys want, right? First of all, obviously access to women, right? So if you're somebody that can bring, you know, women to a lot of places, and this is very, very prominent in LA, right? Like I run into guys all the time that are like new to LA, like especially like some of my clients that I invite over to LA, and they get kind of like a little bit shocked. They're like, why are people so uptight if you're not rolling with girls in LA? Like why are they so mad? Like, dude, I'm just trying to party. I'm just trying to party. But what they don't understand is that they've never thrown a party before. They've never been through the process of actually trying to get a mansion, trying to invite all these DJs, invite all these cool people, invite all these girls, and they're just saying they're like, hey, I want to party. I want to party. I just want to party, bro. Yeah, man. Well, how about you put in a little bit of effort too? Go approach some girls, go talk to girls, go up your IG a little bit so that you could offer some value to the place. Like I can't sit there and invite all my friends from Michigan to come to my party, bro. I can't. Like if I did that, there's going to be so many guys in my party. You're not even going to want to go to my party in the first place.
So
You think?
So do you think like so do you think it starts off with first trying to get some girls to a party
I guess what I'm trying to figure.
It would probably start with like your Instagram, honestly. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
can go out. I mean, anybody can go out and take pictures on your Instagram with your phone. If you have a phone at the bare minimum, and just do a little bit of research of like where are the cool people taking the coolest
Right.
pictures right now? Where are the in spots? If you can get into them, if you know how to like, you know, sometimes you might need to sneak into a location like a hotel or something like that, but you can do it. Like you can figure out where these places are. You can take it with your phone, just so when people look you up, it's not like you're a nobody, like you're a weirdo. People are going to check your Instagram. It's a resume for you, basically.
Yeah. So let me get back into it. Let me break it down a little bit more. So like as a guy, if you're just a cool guy in LA and you have a lot of female friends, and like I'm not the biggest like a composer of having like a ton of female friends, because most of the time, especially from what I see, like the guys just have so many female friends to the point where it doesn't even add value to their lives anymore. Where they would feel like, because even those guys, they probably would even want to be intimate with some of these girls, and they're literally being friends with these girls out of scarcity, basically. Which is the wrong frame you want to do it. But I'm also not on the opposite side of the spectrum and think that you can't be friends with females. I completely disagree with that, right? Under the right context, you can. So if you're a guy that's rolling around with a lot of girls all the time and you're cool, and a lot of guys, you know, you're just naturally going to start knowing a lot of guys, you're just going to get invited to a lot of cool shit all the time. Basically, it's literally that simple, to be honest. Like it's really not that difficult. But if even you want to take it to a further level, there's other ways that you can network with people too, because you know now you have access to things by getting women, But now, how can you use these guys to make more money as well? Obviously, there's, you know, you could offer people a way of making money. That's a second way of networking with people. Another good way is by offering them other connections. That is a big one. That's a huge one. I do this all the time. I'm in my DMs all the time, making group chats with different people that I feel like would be amazing to connect with each other. And what happens when I do that is that I added value in their lives, and every single like value that they offered with each other and they gave to each other now becomes basically I'm responsible for it. Right? That's kind of how it is. It's kind of like if you built a church and then all these people like started getting good deeds. I'm not like super religious. It's like now like you're the one getting all the good deeds because you build a church too, right?
And
It's
that's
like
value because you're just putting in the effort that other people don't necessarily want to do or think to do. Like if you can withstand the social pressure of just putting people in a group chat and connecting people that way, you're providing value and doing something that somebody might not think to just go and do. Like they don't want to sit there and go on Instagram and meet people. Like everyone has trouble meeting people.
Hey, this is Alex. He sends the best TIG pics in Miami.
Exactly.
Yo, okay, and there's one fourth one.
Yeah, I want to hear the fourth one.
There's one fourth one, and this is actually the easiest one that I would probably recommend to every single person. And this kind of resonates with younger guys and people that just have Instagrams, content, right? If you could help people with their content, that is a huge one. And this is why I'm going back to younger guys, right? Because usually older guys, they don't want to kind of submit to this world of social media nowadays. But younger guys, like, how can you connect with DJs so easily? How can you connect with all these like club promoters, all these young millionaires by offering them content?
How do you do that?
Well, just think about it. Like, what is a DJ? What's the most important thing for a DJ in his life?
Like music and shit?
Well, yeah, for an up-and-coming DJ, his Instagram. Like, how does he promote that music? His Instagram, the most important thing. So his Instagram needs to be very, very badass. So, like, let's say I just invited a DJ to one of my events, and all of a sudden there's all these beautiful models all around me, and I made him like I had like a videographer there. Everybody should start befriending videographers and photographers. You should have at least 20 on your Instagram that you're in contact with at all times.
How do you get in contact with them?
Oh, easy, bro. You just DM them. Photographers are always in their DMs. Always in their DMs.
What do you do if you're not at a point where you have like a bunch of hot chicks you can invite to a party? Like, how do you connect with DJs and whatnot?
Well, I mean, parties is a little bit different, right? So because parties, like the value for the party is kind of vague, right? Because there's like a million different parties in Los Angeles. So to be somebody that could bring a lot of girls, you have to be more of like a personality, basically. Like girls are gonna want to have to be like around you. So you're gonna have to probably go out, meet some girls, and just start building that foundation of a lot of girls. It's not that hard, man. Like look, I went to Miami twice last year, right? No, 3 times, sorry. And I was just out like just talking to girls just like how we always do. Like literally just this morning, we were just on the way to Starbucks. We're just talking with girls. I ended up getting like 4 girls' Instagrams like on my way to Starbucks. And like literally just from the 3 times I went to Miami last year, I already had like an abundance of all these women that I met from last year that I think I met for like 5 minutes. But because I put them on my Instagram funnel, they ended up turning into dates and more solidified of an actual relationship than just somebody that I met in like 5 minutes.
So with these girls, right? Like how long did you talk to them for? And
Man.
How did you frame it as when you took like the Instagram? Did you actually like hit on them? Were you playing it safe and actually just trying to say like, oh, I have connections, I'm friends with this one.
Yeah,
gonna have parties next weekend.
Well, it really depends how I'm
join?
feeling. Honestly, I think the best thing that you could do is probably just be genuine. Like a lot of guys, like they use like I see a lot of people that are into social circle game is like they use their status level and their like the things that they have to offer as like a leverage to try to connect with the girl. When in reality, they would much rather have like a different frame of intimacy with them, which is like the wrong frame to set, right? So like sometimes I wouldn't even like exchange the Instagram with a girl, and I'll be on a date with her. Then and there, I'll take her like on an Insta date. And it won't be until like we're in like mid conversation where she realizes, oh, I have this really badass lifestyle because she just looked at my Instagram, which makes it even better, right? Like the best way to really show what you have to offer is like, oh, this is kind of just like me. This is me, my life, but it's not what defines me. What defines me is me, my vibe, right? So it's kind of like if I'm at a party with like all these different models, and I know for a fact like I run modeling events, I would be dumb to try to like take every single girl home. Like, why would I try to do that? Instead, I would go and network with all the girls there and tell them, hey, I actually run modeling events in Los Angeles. If you ever come to Los Angeles, come to some of my shoots, like offering them some value, which is
So how
something they
often
would
do
love to
you how often do you run these shoots? And like, let's say for like a shoot location, let's take for example, there's a bunch of guys from our subscribers who wanna run shoots to be able to like invite these hot girls to be at least
Right.
be in company of a hot girl, right? So when they do that, like say let's take the starting point. How can what's a good camera to do?
Right. So for a starter, okay. So there's two levels to it, right? So for some guys, I would recommend to be a photographer, like actually pick up the camera and be a photographer. And this is something I used to do. I don't do anymore. I kind of just did it as like a hobby. But the best thing you could probably do is be the coordinator, right? Like the event coordinator is the person that basically has all these photographers and videographers under them.
Okay, interesting.
Right.
Let me ask the question like this, because I think there's let me rephrase this so this is more digestible for the audience. Let's do it like this. Let's say Indian P is your client starting right now.
Right.
Well, what's the first step that he should do?
Bump up his
First-
IG.
Step
First thing
number one: stop being Indian.
Yeah.
First thing I would do. So you're asking is if like you want to do a modeling shoot.
No, he wants to not exactly. He wants to do the just social. He wants to start banging chicks from social circle.
Okay, perfect. First thing I would do is I would just start looking at who are the type of people you're trying to connect with, right? You got to start looking at who are these girls that you're trying to bang first of all, and then you need to look at who are the guys that they're attracted to and they hang out with all the time.
What would be the answer to that in Miami? Well, let's say he's trying to bang like the hot porn star looking chicks, not porn stars exactly, but you guys know, you guys have been there for a bit. Those big titty Latinas, right?
Yeah.
How does he figure out what kind of guys those chicks are attracted to?
Man, I mean, to be honest, a lot of them just give it away. Like, first of all, you could literally just ask them. They actually give you a pretty good answer for that. And
like slide in their DMs, like, hey, who do you want to bang today? Or like,
like no. I mean, I do a lot of research on this, and I usually just like.
So that's the question. Like, how do you research? Like, what kind of research do you do? Like, let's say, okay, let's say I saw like a really hot Colombian chick on like Instagram, right? And then I found out that she's in Miami. And then I'm like, okay, maybe she's going to like an event. How can I find that up?
Yeah, well, what is she doing? Look at her pictures. Where did she go? What restaurant did she go to? What club did she go to? Who's on her story? Which DJ's on her story? Which promoter's table is she at? And you just take note of these things. So I mean, there's always a step. There's always a connector there. Like who's the promoter? There's only so many promoters in one place. You know what I mean? Like even in Miami, it's not that big.
The promoter will be tagged. Or how?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times you can see them in the. They'll at least tag the location, and you know the location. I mean, it'll take like you can hang outside that specific venue for like 2 minutes, and you'll see the promoter. You can even introduce yourself to the promoter there.
Yeah,
you know.
I even have like a list of like the types of people that like everybody should know in a certain city, right? So there's actually a good way to get started if you're trying to figure out really how to get into social circle game. Is I personally have like a list of different people you should know, kind of like club promoters, DJs. Restaurant managers, young millionaires, a lot of these different people. And you start kind of just building that list of people by doing research on Instagram. So you just follow them. You don't even need to slide in their DMs yet. But when you start watching them and you start kind of consuming their content, and that's another big thing, right? It's like consume content for the right reasons. A lot of people are on Instagram consuming content just for the sake of consuming. They're consumers, right? When you're on Instagram, there should be a reason why you're on Instagram. It's you're either learning or you're on there like sending DMs. Right. So you start watching their content, you start going and seeing who are the people they hang out with, who are all these people, who are the girls they hang out with. You start to get like a better understanding of the vibe or the social dynamics. There's so much stuff you can learn from somebody's Instagram profile.
Okay, so let's say Indian P, he figures out who the promoters are, that the type of chick he likes is into. What's the next step?
And then the first thing is you get your own content, basically. You start reverse engineering the Instagram that you feel like would be of value to them, basically.
So
but my question is this: I get like if you're a guy who has a cool life, that would be pretty easy. But what if you like you're a very average person, you just go to work 9 to 5. Like, how would you start like getting those kind of like DJ type of shit?
Yeah, so you go out, like you look at the hot girl's Instagram, right? You see the
Yeah.
hot girl's Instagram, you see where she's at,
Okay.
and you look at her photos too. You can see
Okay.
where she's geotagged her
Mhm.
places. What is the trendy spot?
Yeah,
What
that's
is her
very- that's
picture?
very common,
And
yeah.
you can literally go out to that spot with your phone, or if you have a really nice camera, I mean, that might be the next step. Invest in a nice camera.
Mm.
But at the very least, you have an iPhone. You have some sort of phone.
Mm.
You could even copy the girl's picture. She might be like in LA, she might be staying at Barless. Barless is a trendy spot, or Rooftop by JG. Anybody can sit at that bar on the outside and take a picture with Rooftop because they're selling drinks.
Yeah, just
Anybody
just
can get
go
in.
order a small drink.
But at
and
the
take a
same
picture.
time, all the celebrities are going there right now
Mhm.
because it's a new spot that just opened up in LA. Like we went there and we saw a bunch of celebrities just sitting at the bar table. It's a trendy spot. You take the same picture there. You can copy somebody's
Right.
almost framing of
Yeah,
their picture.
even
frame
if you want to
frame.
pull it out, I'll actually show you an exact example.
Yeah.
from my Instagram.
Bring your friends. You
So
can
yeah,
all get the same picture. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's pull it up, Jack. What my question is this: wouldn't it be like, okay, I understand from a chick, like all a chick has to do is show like that she has big tits, but like if you're a dude, wouldn't it be different? Like you have a picture, like you're hanging out with a bunch
Right.
of like chicks versus you're like at the skirts of the bar just trying to get a selfie with.
I
Like,
mean, you can you want to optimize it. You want to make sure that you look
Like, how
better.
would
If you can optimize it with fashion, you can do that.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
at the
there's
same
layers to
time,
it.
just the fact that you know what that spot is,
Yep.
and you're not
Mm.
just taking a picture in your
Scroll down and
grandparents'
open
backyard
pictures.
is
Okay.
Yeah.
or a mirror selfie in the
Open one by
shower
one.
or some random tourist attraction is going to be a step ahead of most people.
Mm.
Wherever
Yeah.
there's a tourist attraction.
Do you think this can be done without like actually leaving your city? Like, do you think this could be done?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
100%.
absolutely.
You might be
Yeah.
limited that you're only going to network with the high status people of the city. Say if you live in like a small town in Ohio or Michigan,
Okay.
but you're still gonna. Those people still
Yeah.
matter. Like those people have connections other places. So
Yeah,
you
look-
can start in your place and move on to another.
Here would be my follow-up question. I guess like how do you avoid, because if it's like let's say at this point you don't really have any cool friends, all your friends are like dudes who play Dungeons and Dragons or whatever. Like you don't really have any of those friends yet. You're in the second step. You're trying to get the content. How do you avoid like looking like a poser or someone who's like a loner because it's just like mainly you? Like no one's actually trying to be in your photos. It's like how do you avoid that?
Oh
Like,
man,
I'm
I don't
all
really
for-
think anyone, no one's gonna care, right? Like people see me doing like the craziest shit ever. Like go back to the last photo. Let me show that.
Yeah, let's pull up his Instagram page.
Like the
Crazy
last
stories.
photo that I took.
Jack,
this
are
is-
you sharing
I
screen?
don't- you guys live in LA, so you guys might recognize this area.
Yeah, you said.
But the place we drove this Rolls Royce to it's not even a fucking road. It's a sidewalk. We literally drove it on the fucking sidewalk because we're like, oh, it's a white Rolls Royce. Let's drive into the white sidewalk. And nobody said shit because we were driving a Rolls Royce. Nobody
that looks
cares.
pretty
right?
badass, yeah.
Nobody cares. I literally you just go up and just have like an authority frame, basically like, oh, I'm gonna get my content. I'm not gonna let anyone stop me. I don't even care what anybody thinks.
It's kind of the same
Yeah.
thing like with cold approach as well. Is like you have to have that mentality of this is for me. I'm doing this for me, and whatever I don't care if I look weird. I don't care if this I'm just gonna get my picture
Yeah.
and go out. You go to if you're taking it like at a trendy restaurant, buy one drink from the bar and the bar will love you. You're paying customer.
Yeah, and you don't have to be like me. Like you don't have to be traveling to Bali. You don't have to be traveling to Dubai. You don't have to be going to all these fucking cities to have a high status Instagram. You could literally just with a little bit of research, just figure out where are the best spots that I could go to. Literally right now, every single person watching this right now can literally figure out where are the best spots to go to. And I would love to actually maybe even go on my phone and show you guys how I even do recon for finding locations, different cities, basically, and figure out how to take photos in those cool, trendy spots. And there's ways you could even like make it even better. That's when you figure out like, okay, how can I even dress in even a better way?
Can,
right?
can we do a share screen using your phone or this?
No,
we'd have to
we
set
can't.
up
Yeah,
like
you,
a-
like
We'll do that next time.
what some of my clients do, and like some of my clients taught me how to do this. Is they literally go to the mall, they buy an outfit, they take it for the photo, and they return it. I'm telling you, like Instagram is a fake. It's a fake game. It's
Yeah.
it's a
It
fake
is.
life, right?
It
But
is.
I'm okay with it because just
Yeah, I am too. No, I'm all for like cheating the game. Like I have photos of me Instagram like on a motorcycle. I don't know how to fucking ride a bike.
Yeah.
This shit's dangerous. I have a photo of me like barbecuing. I don't know. Like there's nothing on the
And
grill.
it's so-
Yeah, like most of my Instagram is like looks like, but I'm just trying to reverse engineer how to do this part because I feel like this part is a little harder because if for like a social setting like a popular club or venue, like I'm just trying to figure out exactly how someone would get that photo without actually I don't care what the people hear their thing without the photo actually itself looking like kind of weird because you're by yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but think of it this way, right? We all know that the girls, like hot girls, have access to everything.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
life
Yeah.
is easy for them. and that because of that, they're always going to the trendy spot. They screen those out. Like they screen out the guys who are asking them to different places, and they're like, okay, this is the highest status
Highest,
person is
okay.
asking me to this spot. So you go on any hot girl's Instagram, she's going to be at the spot.
Yeah.
Like we literally sat down and we watched like 5 girls in the same week post the same exact fucking picture.
So
on
would
this
you
one
try to
spot.
chat up some girls and get photos with chicks, or
No way.
No,
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 no.
That's
So-
okay. So,
okay, so what he's
let's
saying,
go into that topic.
What they're
actually.
saying is like first research these hot girls, right? And then wherever these girls are going, and try to get like so, and you want to try to get access to that, right?
Yeah, and you want a picture
Places.
that shows that in the background. It can
Okay.
be you, and it shows that in the background, so people
Yeah.
know where.
but you
you're-
would want someone to take a photo for you because it's not a selfie, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Well, you actually just asked like an interesting question. It's like, should I actually take pictures with girls and
Yeah.
post on my Instagram? And this is a very, very touchy subject to a lot of guys, because a lot of guys guys just don't think the same way as girls, right? It's like when you post a photo of yourself with a lot of attractive women, the thing is most guys are gonna look at that and be like, oh my god, that's awesome. He hangs out with hot girls, right? But girls think in a million different ways.
Yeah, yeah.
Girls are just like, who are these people? Why is he with them? Why is he taking this picture?
Did he pay them? Did he
It-
bribe
yeah.
them? Did they want to be there? Do they not want to be
The
Is
there?
this
girls holding like
pose?
$100.
Yeah, do they look comfortable? Is this pose like what is
Yeah.
this venue? What is this setting? It doesn't make any sense. But if it's done in the right setting, like let's say you just had a photography event and you're the event coordinator of that photography event, and you just took like a group photo with all these
That makes sense.
models, that would work, right? I'm not saying it's like necessary, and it's not gonna like it's not something that like you need to do, but it will work. It will help you bring more girls to your next event. I'm not even saying it's not necessarily even gonna help you get laid, right? But it will help you bring girls to your events, though. That's the biggest difference. It's like putting these girls. That's the biggest difference guys should learn. Putting these girls on your Instagram. It's okay if it's done under the right context and it's
Yeah.
done for the right reasons. Because if you think it's gonna help you get laid, oh my god, you are so wrong. It is actually gonna hurt you. It's
Okay.
actually gonna hurt you,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
if I start putting up a lot of pictures with me, a lot of models, and then I'm just talking to a lot of girls. I find a lot of girls interesting, especially in Miami. If I'm just chatting up some random girl on the street that just has like 3,000 followers, so then she goes on my IG and sees me hanging out with all these models. She'll be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing talking to me?" Right?
Yeah.
So it actually backfires if
Mhm.
you do it too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
They think like you're a player and shit.
Right.
Unless you're like Dan Bilzerian, in which case you can pull it off because you already have that. But okay,
Yeah.
so step 1 is the research. Step 2 is getting content for your Instagram. What's step 3?
Okay, so step 3 is building a list, right? Build a list of who are the type of people I need to network with,
Okay.
basically, right? And I just I stated it a little bit earlier. So you need to start building a list. In my opinion, every single city, the best people you can network with, especially in LA, DJs, right? DJs are the easiest people to network with, the easiest. Like DJs from the 4 value things that I told you could offer guys, they need everything. They need
But
content.
like obviously not like DJs like
Yeah.
Stevie IQ or something, right? You
Yeah,
can't really
they're
network
kind of
with
like up and coming artists,
Yeah,
DJs, right?
just like
So-
regular clubs where they're still like playing for like $500 for
Yeah.
But
2
see,
hours.
Yeah.
even the ones that are at some of like the more high status like venues in LA, they're still broke, right? They're
Yeah.
still broke.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like they still need access to a lot of things because
So-
they'll run the house parties.
so
and
someone
stuff,
like
but they're not
me-
making money.
I'm like, okay, I just want to go to a lot of house parties. I like going to house parties. It's fun to me. It's my vibe. It's my setting. So I just befriended a lot of DJs, right? I started offering them a lot of content, right? That was my
So what
my
kind of
way.
Yeah,
content
what kind of
do
content
they
were you
do
offering?
these? Do these
Oh,
DJs
I invite
want?
them to my modeling shoots.
They
Okay.
need videos with
Oh,
girls,
right?
They
Oh,
need
yeah.
videos
Okay,
with people
okay,
partying.
yeah.
Yeah.
I also I bring a lot of girls to these events too, right? So
Yeah.
because as a DJ, like if you're a DJ that could bring a lot of women to a lot of events, they are going to be invited to a lot more cooler shit.
They're-
themselves.
Okay,
They're
so let
acting
me
like
get this
promoters.
straight.
Yeah.
So you're hosting events, right? So you're hosting events by first of all, it's not even like your place or something, right? It's like a place of a friend
Right.
you know,
Either a friend
like
or we
a
rent it out.
mansion
Yep.
or something, right?
Mm.
And then you are inviting these girls, saying that okay, we have a modeling shoot, right? And of course, the girls are going to show up because they want content for their own Instagram pages. And then when the girls are coming, you also invite these DJs because the DJs want content with these girls.
Mhm.
So it's almost like you're farming like these links for
Mhm.
in the end like kind of your benefit as well. So everyone is
Basically.
benefit from it.
And
Yeah.
who's the leader of that whole event?
You.
It's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you could take it to the extreme. You could invite literally anybody that you feel like would be of value
Yeah.
to the event, like any high status guy. They come to your event, they come to your venue, they come to your frame. All of a sudden, because you invited them, people like to reciprocate, right?
Yeah,
They start
yeah.
inviting you to a lot of places. Now, like these DJs, they invite me to all these like mansion parties all the time.
Mhm.
I have access to them because
Okay.
I invite them to other things too,
Mhm.
basically,
Mm.
right? Like
That's epic. Okay.
yeah, you don't even need to I don't even need to like come with girls to these
Mm.
parties because I already know the DJs and all the people running it. Same thing
That's
with
great.
promoters, right? Promoters, I think are very, very great people to know. A lot of promoters. The best way I actually connect with promoters is like, hey man, I just got back to LA. I've been running a lot of events, man. But the thing is like, I don't really know where to take, and I play it like this as if like I'm kind of clueless. I'm like, I don't really know like what to do, like where to take all these girls like after my events, man. Is there
You
like,
got so much pussy, I can't handle it, man.
dude?
I just
Can you help
need a
us
helping
out?
hand.
Can you
Like,
help us
Can you
out?
just help me bang some
yeah,
of these
do
chicks?
you have like a table that I could like take them to?
Do you have like a
possibly, man?
penis you could use on these chicks?
Like, dude, like I know. I hope you don't mind. Like, it's gonna be at least like 10, 15.
Hope you don't
girls.
mind. They're gonna have like really big tits and shit.
Do you like hot girls? Like, are you?
If you
sure?
want, bro, no problem, man. It's totally fine. I understand.
If you're into dudes, I mean, that's one thing.
We know this
Yeah.
other promoter.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude, you should see their face, man. They're just looking at me like, no, man, dude, I have the best table in the club, man. Come on. What's your Instagram, man? What's your number? Bam, that easy. Like, dude, connecting with people, like having a social circle is so easy. It's actually even easier than cold approach. Cold approach is actually hard, man.
Yeah.
I think it's probably what you're describing is in some ways easier once you're already doing it. But I think entering it is like, I'm just trying to imagine it from the average viewer's perspective, and I think it can be a little intimidating. So that's why I'm trying to like really try to make it as. So
Yeah.
we got step 3. What's step 4?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll
When
go,
do the dick pics? come out? That's what
I'll
I'm
go
curious
into that in a second, but like, yeah, I could see why guys would think it's intimidating, but I mean, like, just by looking at it, it's like these mansion parties that I used to go to, like, I don't even go to these mansion parties anymore. Like, I just run my own shit now, right? It's like you're gonna look back at it and be like, wow, I really thought it was that hard to connect with some DJ, offer him some value and just start going to all these like mansion parties and all these different things. Like, I really thought I was that hard, right? It's like just don't really like take yourself too seriously and just think about like oh, I have right now I'm at this certain place in my life where I have like so much to do, where you should realize that just literally if you take it so seriously and you just like kind of just like see yourself how it's going to be like in the future, then you're just going to naturally start taking the steps forward to actually accomplish it, right? Like, I wasn't always going on these amazing content trips like to Bali. I'm going to Bali tomorrow. I'm going to be hosting like a big modeling event there. And just shooting all this kind of like, I wasn't always like that, but I knew that like one day I wanted to get to that level, basically, right? So you just got to see, and it's very important to see like what is it that I'm trying to get to, basically, because when you see that, then
I think most guys are just trying to bust a nut, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's one of those things. It's like when you're so when you're like a virgin incel, it's really hard to imagine yourself at like a party with models. All you're like you have a hard time even imagining yourself banging one chick. So it's like sometimes you need to reach one level of success before you can imagine the next one.
Yeah, and that's the thing I don't get. It's like you don't even need to be in social circle game to like bang a lot of women. You really don't need to, man. Like, you think in Bali, you think I know. This is my first time in Bali. Like, I don't really know any of these girls. I've never met any of these girls. Like, I don't have female friends in Bali. Most of these girls I invite to my events, they're not even my female friends. Why would I need those my female friends? They just come to my events, right? It's like I don't even like to get into social circle game. You should also have other reasons. It's like, I just want it for the lifestyle. I wanted to make more money, to build connections, to have really good memories too. Like, if it's just for the sake of I just want to bang a chick, you're gonna start resenting it a lot, right? Because then you're gonna see like guys getting success in a lot of different ways. Like, even like you guys, all different methods of getting success, and you're gonna be like, man, why don't I just do that, right? And then they're gonna take 5 steps back.
Yeah, there's a thing like hierarchy of needs. If you're like really starving, you can't think about like, for example, like spiritual fulfillment or something like that, right? The hierarchy of needs. So if you're not getting any pussy, you can't think about like, yeah, cool memories. All you're thinking is pussy. Yeah. Right? Like, you're just like at that point. So like you need to like get some pussy, so then your brain can just relax, and then you can like move up the hierarchy of needs. Which, like, I remember when I was like 19, 20, like if you would have told me like, yo man, you're gonna have some cool memories, I'll be like, dude, like, what? Like pussy? Like what? Like I would just be like, you'd be speaking gibberish to me at that point. And that's where I think a lot of guys are at. Like they can't even like, like imagine that, something like that. But I think sometimes once you get into something, the rest takes care of itself. Like I remember I got into like working out because I wanted to get pussy. But then once I got into it, I actually enjoy working out. Now, like, even if I was like fucking, I don't know, got my dick cut off, I would still keep working out. Because it's fun. Like I enjoy it for the thing. But initially, my motivation was purely pussy. So I think it can be like that, with quite a few things. Like your motivation could be like,
right,
a little weird, but then like you start doing it, and then you start realizing the other benefits.
Yeah, I totally get that, man. Actually, like, because a lot of people will get into social circle game, they'll start having like success like very early on, and it's kind of just gonna stay at that. It's like they have like a decent social circle, but it's not gonna grow into anything like remarkable, outstanding. So it's really up to like that person to try to find like different anchors and different motivations to really push them to really develop this very badass lifestyle and brand in and of itself, rather than if it was just for girls. Because if it was just for girls, like in my opinion, social circle game is probably the easiest way you could actually get results. And like most guys that'll get into it will probably start getting results like relatively quickly if they know what they're doing. Obviously, with a little bit of coaching, probably will help them. But like once, like you said, once they start getting that, it's like, what's the next step? Why should I even go even further? Right. There has to be like other ones. Like when we're doing these photography events, it's like we ourselves actually love producing this content, right? Like I have the biggest joy when I'm editing my photo and I'm about to post it, right? It's like a huge, like when I used to be a photographer, I was like, this is so fun, kind of just like traveling around the world and taking photos. But it's like, once you have to basically like see yourself as it's like, this is your lifestyle, basically.
Okay, so let me ask this. So we got it. What is step 4?
Okay, so step 3 was, what was it again?
Step 3. Okay, step 2 was getting content. Step 3 was researching the kind of building the list of people you want to connect with.
And then now you just go where they go, basically, right? Figure out where is it that they go. And this is like a very easy way to do it. Well, number one, these guys are usually going out at night, probably to a very good venue. But before that, they're probably even going to restaurants too, right? So you could meet these people literally at restaurants, very trendy restaurants. Go there. There's going to be plenty of people that you can meet. And if you know exactly who you're trying to meet, it's going to be a very, very easy process.
How would you go about doing that? Like, would you just cold approach them, or like?
Literally. You just go up to you could literally just go up to the general manager and just introduce yourself. Just be like, hey, what's going on? Nice to meet you. I've actually been around here like quite a few times. Just want to introduce myself, right? Like that simply. You could even just tell them like, yeah, I'm actually also do events myself. You could even just go up to the waiter, right? You could go up to one of the waiters, the people that work there, and just ask them who's the general manager there, who's the person in charge over there. Just introduce yourself. You could just.
Well, you meet the GM, right? Okay, but then how do you meet those like successful guys you're trying to court? I guess is like, how do you those guys that you did the research? This DJ hangs out at this restaurant. How do you go about like?
Well, the general manager is one of the people I would put on the list. Yeah, because the general manager is the person that could get you into the venues in the first place. Okay. So he's one of the people you can meet for sure.
But even if you have a bit of a background of like, I am doing photography events, or I shoot content for a living, or I have girls that I want to take to a place. Right. I have a place for a party. Are you interested in DJing for this party? I'm from out of town. Like, you can come up with a story that is mostly true for these guys. You know what I mean? Like, I have these girls. Where do I take them for the promoter? Right. You might not really have those girls.
Yeah.
Just the fact
exactly.
that you make those. That connection,
I would say like
don't
make any promises. Like, you don't want to be a dick and just make promises to guys.
100 girls here tomorrow, 5 p.m. sharp.
Yeah.
But you could just future project basically, right? You could say in a vague way. Like when I'm meeting promoters, I'm not bringing 15 girls to promoters every single night. I'm not a promoter myself. I don't have time for that, nor do I want to. Right. But you just say, if you generalize, like, yeah, man, I run these events. I just have so many of these girls. Like, can I possibly take them to you someday? There's no promises. Yeah. But what that happened is they felt the value from you even before you even gave them the value. The future projection is a very, very powerful thing to do, and how to connect with a lot of different guys. Just start future projecting. Literally just everybody you meet. We literally did it together yesterday. Yeah. It comes naturally. Like, high value people future project in a natural way all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's really not that hard either. Like, if you wanted to say you have a little bit of, funds somehow, like a group of guys that want to throw a party or something, you can get an Airbnb and invite a DJ to do a party there. Like they will come and they will bring the girls, and that's one time where you can spend just networking. If you need a place to start, get a group of guys together, get an Airbnb, and throw a party. Like DJs will come to make money. There's always some sort of value that you can exchange with people. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, so step 4 is you met several GMs and maybe some like would you, like, for example, let's say you found a DJ, you know, you found out he goes to this restaurant, would you go there, you just like start up a conversation with him, like, hey, what's up, man, like just shoot the shit, maybe get his Instagram. Okay, let's say you've done that. What's step 5?
Well, he needs to see the content on your Instagram, right? You need to be constantly working on that, right? And maybe here's another thing. Maybe you get a cool video of him while he's there, DJ.
well, now step 5 is to capitalize.
Yeah, bro, I got a video of you taking piss.
now step 5 is to capitalize on that connection that you made, right? It's like, what did you guys talk about? What did you future project to him? Did you future project that you're gonna bring a lot of girls? Or did you future project that you could potentially get a comp table dinner with all these girls? Like, what did you future project to the promoter? Now you could actually capitalize on it, right? It's not that like you capitalize with every single person you future project to. It's
all right, sir. I want you to imagine this scenario: you and I in some shady motel room, gang banging a midget. Now imagine your cock go inside the midget's mouth as I penetrate her from the butthole.
Yeah, dude.
How does that sound?
Some people have crazy fucking visions, right? And like what I told you, that's like surface level needs that people need. The things that I told you, like women, money, like these are surface level things. You could dig into people so much, man. Like what you just said might be people's fucking thing that you could actually catch them. I'm not even kidding, by the way.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, like you could dig in so hard and really try to figure out like what is truly their dream. And if you become that guy that like they know that you're the person that could help them fulfill their lifetime fucking dream, bro, they are literally gonna do anything for you. Anything. This is very advanced level networking.
Finally, someone who understands me.
Yeah. It's like these promoters, like it's like always like transactional all the time. But if you actually take your time and really try to get to know them, at the end of the day, they're just humans too, right? Like, what does he really want to do with his life? Like, does he really want to be promoting all of his life? Like, do you ever sit back and try to think about him? Like, does he want to be an actor? Does he want to like travel the world? What does he want to do, right? And then try to offer some sort of value that actually pertains to his higher values rather than just those service level stuff. This is very advanced level networking skills and how to really build like A-list team of people that will basically just do whatever you want, right? The surface level stuff is to get you in the ins. But how to really start crushing it is to build very solid connections. Okay,
so let's recap. Step 5 was
to take action on the connection that you made.
Okay.
Like if you said that you're gonna bring girls to that venue, start up on your Instagram, start getting girls Instagram, start inviting them to places. Start upping your
so you would just like slide in some chicks DMs, and you kind of, we were going through this last night, you actually I learned something interesting from you, is that you send girls pictures, like you send a lot of like picture proof, which is what Michael Sartain said too, which is something I gotta start doing with the podcast and shit. Like send her a cute picture of Rhaegar on the couch, like sprawled out, like you want to be on this podcast, bitch. But yeah, okay, so you're sliding in the DMs and you're offering like, oh, like there's this event going on, you should come. Okay, so that's step 6, right? All right, I assume.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is something like this step 6, like the events that you're throwing your own. This is something that you could even like kind of like bypass really everything if you have a very good Instagram, right? You don't even need any of these steps. Like all those stuff that I'm telling you about is to have like a day-to-day lifestyle of fun activities.
Yeah, most guys don't do anything.
And this is like this is general advice I'm giving to the average guy, right? Like my goals are going to be different than a lot of different guys, and other guys have different goals. But like for me, obviously, I want to be like running my own events as much as possible, right? So like, how do I run my own events? For example, how do I run my own photography events? Is the first thing you need is a good venue, a good location, right? So I could even contact like a large number of locations and offer them value as well, right? So I'll get into that maybe a little bit later. You'd also just hit up a lot of photographers that you don't know. Like I now know all the photographers in Bali.
Can you actually touch on that? Because I'm really curious. How do you offer them value? The locations you mentioned.
Locations? Okay, so I have like multiple different methods, right? So one thing that I do is I actually literally just go on Airbnb, and Airbnb is required to respond to every single person. They're not required, but they would get a bad rating if they don't respond.
Yeah, lower
Right,
response.
right,
Yeah, yeah.
So if you message them, they're gonna respond to you relatively quickly. So you just with Airbnb, you just do a lot of volume, right? So you just tell them, hey, look, I'm running a photography event on this day, and I have all these influencers that are gonna come to it. And I'm looking to actually do a collaboration with one of the venues, and in exchange, we'll get you content for your venue. We'll get you a lot of exposure as well. And if you message a large enough number of them, eventually some of them will respond to you and say, yeah, that's literally what happened to me in Bali. Like, I'm going to Bali. I'm going to 3 different villas that they're all giving me it for free. Right. I literally have like 2 weeks worth of villas all for free. Each one of these villas costs like $2,000 a day.
And they're getting content out of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, like, we had like an agreement of what the exchange is going to be. It's like, I told them, oh, I'm gonna make sure the followers tag your accounts in the and for everyone's gonna be different, right? So some people want like a call to action to their Airbnb link. Some of them want like more exposure to their Instagram. It really just depends on the people.
That's pretty cool. That's like
Yeah.
kind of getting into like travel hacking and shit.
Yeah. This is huge travel hacking, man. Like, and this is like, when I go and travel, I don't even spend any money. I spend no money. Like,
I like that part. The Jew in me likes that part.
I spend literally no money, less money than every single person. Yet I probably have a better experience than every single person who goes and visits.
Well, let me ask you this question. So when you're doing an event, there's like a lot of moving parts. So you need like the influencers, the photographer, and you need the chicks.
Yep.
What happens? Have you ever had it happen that one of these parties doesn't show up? Because I feel like if one doesn't show up, that ruins it for everybody, right? If, for example, the photographer doesn't show up, but the girls are there.
Well, we invite a lot, so it's volume.
You're just like
It's volume.
You just book a shitload.
Yeah. Like when I'm inviting girls to the venue, like, I'm not banking on just one coming, because there are girls gonna flake.
Yeah.
Like, bro, trust me. Like, you could. We set up like events at such badass mansions. We have literally the best photographers in the fucking city, and girls still flake.
Yeah.
Girls are gonna flake no matter what.
You
have to work the numbers.
know,
man.
ASAP Rocky slid in her DMs, and she can't make the shoot anymore.
And it's like I guess like the guys also, or whatever the guys you guys invite, they probably know that too, and they'll be like, yeah, it's understandable, that they're not going to be mad that the girls do not show up. And you just be like, yeah, I mean, those are girls.
Well, we've never actually had an
20
event where
20 other girls here, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you have to.
I've actually, like, most of my events, it's been the opposite. It's like, we just had too many girls. We probably should have invited more photographers.
Yeah.
Right. I've never had the incident where I was like, oh, it just wasn't enough girls at the event. Right. It was usually the opposite, because we just work a lot of volume. We expect like some of them to not show up, and
So
we have like a system for it, basically.
So to these girls, do you send the Instagram of the photographers?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, check this guys out. This guy's gonna be
absolutely. It's part of the
taking pictures
value.
over
Anything that can increase like the value level and make it more likely for them to want to come. I'm gonna add it in. I'm gonna put as much visuals as I can. I'm gonna add words and different tag words and things that might make it more special as much as I can to try to compel them. Because a place like LA, man,
let me ask you this question: how do you manage all that volume and all these leads? Because that seems like it's got to be crazy.
Well, you can do it all yourself, and I've done it all myself.
What kind of tools do you use, or what system do you use? How do you stay organized?
Dude, just
Command C,
spreadsheet,
Command V,
just a
copy
spreadsheet, just me and a spreadsheet. Some of these events, I didn't even use a spreadsheet. You don't even like it. It does take time, obviously, and this is the one thing where I would probably recommend for people to get an assistant to build you the lists, right? It's like when I went to Bali. I didn't want to build a list of all the models and photographers and villas. I had an assistant do it for me, right? But you can do this yourself. Like, there's no excuse why each one of you, if you truly wanted this as part of your life, why you can't do it, right? Like, I literally made my Instagram a year and a half ago. Like, I was literally in the boat where I was like, man, I don't need Instagram. It makes my brain mushy and stupid. That was literally me. But I turned my mindset into more of a producer and instead of a consumer. My Instagram, I realized it's just a tool. It's a tool in the toolbox, right? So this is something that literally anybody can do in a very, very short amount of time, very, very quickly.
Well, let me ask you this question. Let's get to the good stuff. So you're at an event, there's hot chicks there as a photographer. How do you go about banging the chicks?
Yo, Alex, you want to get into this, man? I think he probably has a better answer.
No, I mean, like, the thing
make them
is,
sign like a contract before they enter, like you have to bang me before you leave or something.
No.
Yeah.
That's what we're thinking about doing with a podcast.
No.
Like, we had a signed agreement. Like you have to honor this.
Yeah.
Right.
No. I mean, like the thing that you want to do at the shoot itself is be professional
Yeah,
as
yeah.
possible. Like
Mhm.
100%, you
Yeah.
want to need to have a chill vibe. You don't want to go and some guys do it too far the other way and they're just too nice the whole time, too
Mhm.
accommodating.
Right.
But if you're just there and you start introducing yourself to people, like people want to network at the photo shoot as well. So you just sort of, you give a chill vibe. You start collecting Instagrams, whether you framed yourself as a photographer or as an event organizer or like a
Or
connector.
sex coach, yeah.
Something that you can offer to people, right?
Mhm.
And you're not just that random guy that's chilling at this,
Right.
weird, party for
Event, yeah.
no reason. So you have a reason for being there, and you're just chill and professional, and that's going to work in your favor. You don't want to be aggressive. You don't want to hit on the girls too much. It's going to give you a bad reputation. Other
Mhm.
people, even if you're not doing it in a creepy way, someone still might see that one of the photographers, and he might be worried that you're
Yeah,
doing
makes
that.
sense, yeah.
Right.
That can be a big problem. So you're going to collect Instagrams. Now, if you're smart, you're going to set up the event, and there's going to be something to do after the
Right.
event as well. We've got the comp dinner. The promoter. We invited the promoter to the event who wants to have something else to do afterwards. Now at the photo shoot as well, it's not like girls are just taking pictures. Like there's a DJ there, there's food there, there's alcohol there. It's already morphing into a party while we're at the photo shoot. Okay, and you already have your vibe. The better vibe you have, the better chance you'll have of seeing these people again. So you have the Instagrams, which that'll lead you can DM them later, you can message them in a smart way later, and you're gonna go to the comp dinner, you're gonna go to the party or whatever it is. You're just gonna chill and talk, give somebody a ride home, and that could be a way that it works out that way. But the best thing to do is set up something that's directly after. Whether it's I just want to take this person to a dinner, I just want to take this person to a drink, or we're all going in the limo to the fucking club right now, and that's how we're gonna do it. Once you're at the club, like things can change, like the frame can change for sure,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it's like
Makes sense.
and then
Very
it's
good,
just
very
like
smart.
then it's like
So
Yeah.
you guys
last
are kind
man
of
standing,
So
I
you
like this
guys are kind of like doing it on the same day itself. Like the event, the photo shoot will be like at 2 p.m. and then like you guys are going out at like 7 o'clock for dinner, and then after that nightclub.
Yeah, and like to add on to that, like when we're at these events, like we're not trying to chat up the girls for like a long period of time and try to set any frames with the girls in and there. We probably want to set the frames at other venues, but when we're at the photo shoots
or in their
being
DMs, or in their DMs.
yeah, 100% professional, and because we enjoy this type of stuff too. We don't want to have a bad reputation, basically, right? But we try not to set hard enough frames where
You're not running Harvey Weinstein game.
Please come in.
Whereas
You gotta do it.
if we have them in another venue, obviously we can't escalate on that, right? That's something that we've actually I've seen a lot of people make that mistake. They set too hard of a friend frame when they would much rather have been intimate with a girl. Basically.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, would you guys mind sharing the story you told me yesterday about the party?
Oh, the one from 2 days ago,
Yeah,
the
that
Babes
was a
in
funny
Toyland.
story.
Babes in Thailand, yeah.
Oh man. Do you want to go? Go ahead.
No, we'll keep it. Keep it. You want to keep people's like
Identity.
reputation,
Well, no, you don't
Yeah,
have to.
you don't have to give the
don't
identity,
give the
no.
names or anything.
Oh, yeah.
Don't give names, don't
give.
give videos, don't give
Yeah.
pictures. No.
Well, we just
I think it's
we
fine.
networked ourselves into this event, right?
Yeah.
With Michael Sartain.
Yeah.
We found a way in to go, and people knew us and then we have okay, look at our pictures. We have a page of all our
Nice,
photo
yeah,
shoots, and
yeah.
like everybody knows. At that point, Mufasa was able to show this to somebody and just basically, we've pulled up in a Rolls Royce as well because we networked with somebody else that had the car. Like
That's epic.
once you get good at networking with people and realize, oh, you have a car, you don't have any girls. You have girls but no place to take them. Like you have a party but you don't have any money and you don't have, you know what I mean? Like everybody needs something.
Yeah.
You can't focus on everything at once.
Yeah, and then you don't even need to be that person that has everything. You just need to know people that have that and just connect with each other.
Okay.
Be that
Very
connector,
smart.
basically. Right.
It's like a chain.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you basically you pull one girl and
No, we pulled
two
like
girls.
four. We pulled like four girls into the Rolls with
Okay. Yeah.
this, and it's just like
What
driving away in the Rolls.
what
to
frame did you,
Miami.
when you were pulling? What was? Give us like a quick.
Here, come with us. That's the frame.
Here, come with us. Candy. I got candy.
You want to drive in the Rolls Royce
There you go.
out of the party? Like, there's only one white Rolls Royce convertible.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the same frame like we always have in our day-to-day life.
There's one
Like,
white
it's
Rolls
just how
Royce,
we
but
are,
there's two
right?
white cocks.
But it's also our vibe too.
Yeah,
right?
it's just
gonna
how we
be
are.
different, and that comes from, you're not going to do that right away. Like, it comes from experience. We are around models all the time. We are around people who do OnlyFans all the time. We are around these types of people. We are around high status venues all the time. So eventually, your vibe gets to a point where you know how to be to these people. Like, you're just a bit different.
Let me ask you this question: what would you tell a guy who's like, "Yo, my vibe sucks"? Like, what advice would you give them?
Well, I mean, take action with the things that you can change in terms of your content. Like, if you can get into these events, you can start seeing how other people behave at those events. Copy those people. Literally copy how they talk.
So just
literally copy
vibing
how
with
they
like,
dress.
I like, if you just you're sort of basically saying surrounding yourself
Yes.
with people who are like, who have better vibes. and you'll kind of
100%.
just absorb that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
Copy them. Don't try to like do it all yourself.
Right.
Have friends who help you. Friends can give you feedback, and copy the people that
But you also want to be like authentic at the same time.
exactly.
Like,
But fake it till you make it.
Yeah, just put yourself in the fire, man. Like, for real.
Mm.
Like, I remember like the first parties that I went to when I was talking about earlier, when I got into these parties with all these like YouTubers and all these celebrities. Can you guess like how many solid connections I made that night? 0. Right. But it was like a huge shock to me. Right. But because I was there, I understood what level I needed to be on. And I started taking the right actions and surrounding myself with the right people in order for myself to become really that person that's able to connect with all these people when I'm at that venue the next time. Yeah.
Do you guys have any crazy stories that you can share to give the guys some inspiration?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, 2 days ago. Yeah.
Yes. I mean,
Pretty crazy.
so when you say crazy, man, there's a lot of things that come to
Like,
mind.
I don't know, like either swiping chicks from celebrities or crazy hookup stories and shit like that. I had my craziest shit is I had that guy Peter Dante. He's the guy from all the Adam Sandler movies. Try to swipe my date, but he failed.
Damn.
That was like 7 years ago though.
Yeah,
I'm still hanging on to that one.
Yeah,
I don't have
so
any more.
Alex and I actually went to Hawaii pretty recently, right? So we went to Hawaii, and then one of our clients, they had a yacht. So we were just thinking, like, what would make it like the most epic, like yacht, like Hawaii trip of all time? It's like literally if we just got to Hawaii and within 1 hour, we're just on this yacht, just partying with a bunch of bad bitches. So that's what we did, right? So I started inviting like all these girls, and then like there was this one guy that was at the party that got invited. He's kind of like the he's almost like the Dan Bilzerian of Hawaii. This guy, right?
What is it called? Like, it's called like F Boy Island.
Yeah.
Fuckboy
I think
Island,
that's what
Fuckboy
it is.
Oh, yeah,
Island or
Fuckboy
So
something.
he's like the guy that like when you're running an event, you invite him to bring all the girls. He's like that guy.
Because he was on that
right?
show. He was on that show. When
Yeah.
he was there.
Yeah, like every girl in Hawaii knows who he is, right?
Huh.
So then we get to the yacht party, and all of a sudden, literally the top models in Hawaii are on this fucking yacht, and he's just there. He's just like, He's just
They're
kind of
like,
like, he starts qualifying himself to me. He's like, dude, he's like shocked, like, who's this guy? How on earth was he able to bring all these girls onto the yacht? And I was like, oh man. He's like, dude, how long you been living in Hawaii? I'm like, dude, this is my first time.
And there's like girls.
I'm like, dude, I was like, this is. I told him it's my first time in Hawaii. His jaw literally fucking drops.
Yeah.
He's like, what the
This was from
fuck?
cold DMs.
Yeah,
That's epic.
old DMs, man.
That's
Yeah.
epic. So like, okay, let's take an example. Okay, so you went to Hawaii and you hit up a bunch of girls. Hey, we have a yacht party. Are you guys down to join? Right. So is that how you like message? Like, let's verbatim.
There's obviously ways we can make it better, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like how I showed you yesterday, like visuals, add more value to it.
Yeah.
Add different types of content. Who are the people that are going to be there? There's a lot of ways you can make it more enticing.
And how
right?
did you find the dude the yacht?
Well, this is just one of my clients. So we have like a lot of clients
Okay.
that come on my page basically
Yeah.
and reach out to me for some of the events. So he was just one of them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to like figure out like how to, because for me, like, okay, the vast majority of connections I meet is because of my YouTube, right? So like a lot of people want to either like collab with me and shit like that. I would say that's like 99% of the connections I have is through that, but that's not applicable to the average person because most people don't have a YouTube channel. So I'm trying to figure out like how could the average person do something like that?
But
if you're
with the whole YouTube channel, people reach out to us, but if we do not have a YouTube channel, it's kind of what they're doing. Like they are reaching out to everyone else too.
So this is why people reach out to us.
Yeah,
basically. It's
at this point. But then when you started off, of course, you were reaching
it's
out
because
to girls.
what we have to offer them is basically replicable,
Yeah.
right? We're offering them status. It's like we got on that yacht party, and Alex made a badass video
Mhm.
recap of that yacht party for our client. And now he has that video on his Instagram,
yeah.
and he knows exactly how to invite the girls. Now he has the ability to replicate that event himself and to do that on a consistent basis.
But
right.
it's
So we're
not
kind of
just that.
we're kind of giving him this access to a
Mhm.
lifestyle like forever.
But
right?
he's already seen our content from the other shoots that we've done. So
Yeah.
you can also be the guy, like, even if you're not the guys that are, you can still bring the girls, but if you're the guy that if other people are around you, they're gonna get laid. Like
Yeah.
if you're the guy, if somebody hangs around with me, I can get somebody else
Yep.
laid, you
Yeah.
know, by helping them out or
Mhm.
whatever, bringing a girl. Though that's also another form of value. It's like
Mhm.
I know what I'm doing in terms of talking to these people. I'm
Right.
gonna get you laid if you're
Yeah,
around
Alex
me.
is hella good at that.
Yeah.
But dude, there's like, so obviously, like if you could get guys laid, that's in itself, like guys will pay you a lot of money for that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, they
yeah.
would.
Okay.
But if you become that person, where just by working with you, now their lifestyle is different. Now their lifestyle is something where they could get laid constantly. That's a whole different story, right? That becomes something where you could really start getting a lot of high ticket clients for that, like some really, really serious stuff. It's been really exciting, man. Like this whole journey has been so exciting, man. And
So
I really love working with those type of people too.
Timeline wise, how long did it take for you to like be at a stage where you are right now, where you're like actually fucking doing like whatever the travel whatever.
Well,
travel
honestly,
exactly.
dude, right away, like right when I got the camera, like we've
Oh,
always been
okay.
pretty solid networkers ourselves. So like right when I got the camera, it's very easy, right? You just paint a picture in somebody's mind, let them realize like what's the understanding of them. And then all of a sudden I had guys flying me out to places to shoot content, right? I didn't spend like all the content you see on my Instagram. I didn't really pay any money for it, basically. Right. And then once I got all that content and then I started setting up the events and I had that visual, once I got that visual proof that of me doing all the events and all this amazing stuff, I no longer even had to like talk or open my mouth to close people, right? Now it's like people are like jumping on us basically to help them like curate that lifestyle for them.
We have to vet
But
them, we have to
we don't want to work with everybody.
Yeah.
Like we don't want some random chode at our fucking photography events, like creeping out the models. Like we have our reputation on the line here, so we obviously have to like.
Damn, I guess that means I can't come to the parties.
Bro, you're more than welcome. Bro, for a matter of fact, I want you to come. Actually, I would love for you to come.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
100% come. Yeah, next one we got in LA, definitely come.
Yeah.
Alex got that one.
It's like, just kidding. I do want to be there,
But seriously, I want to be the guy that creeps out the girls.
Yeah, we were talking about Colombia yesterday. I'm actually really down, like, to do that Colombia thing. I'm actually down to reach out to the villas, try to get us access to.
It's so cheap there, though. We don't even need to.
I mean, if you get it for free, why not? Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You
get
don't want things for
fuck
free?
Yeah, I mean, the Jew in me says yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the non-Jew in me says yes too.
Do you
Everyone
have a
would say
place
yes.
that we could bring all these hot girls to, or do you
In
like
Colombia, you
hot
can
girls?
just bang them. You can just bang them on the streets. Like, it's Colombia, dude.
Oh,
You can
man.
bang them
behind,
and, like,
behind a dumpster.
go to
Yeah.
favelas.
we were just
bang
talking
them.
about this. It's like, okay, Colombia is like easy mode for sure, but like to us, Miami is like easy mode.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
then there's real easy mode.
oh my
Yeah,
god,
there's
like 10x.
there's
Yeah.
way more than that, in my opinion.
dude.
Yeah.
Dude, because like when you're in LA, like it's set in a way where there's such high barriers to entry.
Mm.
It's like you said, it's like, yeah, most people don't really understand what we just talked about in this podcast, like to network with all these people. And like the thing we talked about in this podcast, like literally can change your life. The thing is, most people are not going to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
most are not.
So that's why the barrier to entry is so high.
Well, that's my goal, to make it as digestible for them as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fucking easy at the
Mm.
same time. It's like the barrier to entry is high, but your competition fucking sucks at the same time.
Mhm.
Trash.
So basically, okay, let's do a quick recap and then we'll take some questions. So step number one would be doing some research on what are the types of guys that the chicks
Yeah.
you want to bang.
Right.
Number two is going to be to start creating content for your Instagram.
Mhm.
Yep.
And that's going to be a lot of faking until you make it.
Yep.
Which I'm fully in favor of. I think you just got to be creative with that shit.
Yeah.
Like 2/3 of my Instagram pictures are.
I would love to actually go through my Instagram and really talk about some of these like photos that I took.
Yeah, we can do that.
And walk you through really what I went through to get some of these
let's
photos.
do
So
that.
open it on your phone
Yeah.
and
We'll just go one by one.
let him know which pick you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Just like from the top,
Okay.
the number.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start with.
Jack, let's. Does he have it pulled up yet?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
put up.
Okay. So Yeah, let's go to here. Go on this one real quick.
So which number is that?
This is, I mean, there's no, I don't know if there's a number.
But like, I mean, like if you just calculate
You
it,
see the white Lambo? It's the one next to the white Lambo.
Yeah, the white McLaren. He means the white McLaren. It's let me see.
Okay,
1,
so-
2, 3, 4, 5, row 6. The first one.
He's
Yeah,
got
that
it,
one.
he's got it, he's got it.
Okay.
he's got it.
So this picture, I wanted to go back to this to show you the examples. This is just a place like if you're living in LA, you could get the same exact photo, right? This is just a very trendy restaurant that a lot of celebrities and top tier people go to, high value people go to all the
So
time.
this is a restaurant?
This is
I thought
literally
it was
it's a
like a
restaurant.
mansion. That's crazy.
Let me see.
Yeah,
Look at that,
yeah.
That's insane.
It's
Anybody
a
can walk in
trendy. It's a
there.
rooftop
Anybody
restaurant.
can.
Oh.
You
Right,
should
like-
buy bread.
Yeah, like I see all these celebrities there all the time. Like I said what up to Stephen A. Smith all the time. Obviously, there's like a million people like trying to debate him there. I was like, oh, I feel bad for Stephen A. Smith.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
He's the Sports Center analyst.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, dude, it must be bad to be him, man. Yeah, but this is something that literally any person can emulate, right? Like literally just go figure out where are the trending spots, just go to them, swag yourself up a little bit and get a nice picture. And all of a sudden you have good content on your Instagram. And then go to the one right under it, the one that's right in Chicago,
I think the
right
be-
under it.
I
So
think
this
the
one,
really
like
amazing
it looks
part-
cool,
Yeah.
but I went through hell and back trying to get this. Chicago is a cold ass fucking city, man.
Yeah, I
Oh
heard.
my God.
I
it's
think the
cold.
best part about your pictures is like it's not at all try hard.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I like
absolutely
about it.
no not try hard at all.
Which
like
is
you're just,
definitely a
like,
skill.
Looking here, just like looking here, you're just like okay, there's an ant on the road or there's a leaf on the road. That's the
Yeah,
kind of
well, the
expression you
foundation to
have.
a good photo is
You almost look like some kind of cool guy or something.
yeah. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Well, the foundation to it should be like,
yeah,
if I wasn't in this photo, will it still look cool?
yeah,
right.
that's
That
that's a
should be the
very smart
foundation
way
to it.
think, yeah.
So you start putting more importance on the surroundings of the photo rather
That's
than
crazy,
just
yeah.
yourself. Now it's like now you've upgraded from being that dude that's posting like selfies and
That's epic, yeah.
and random like content with you and your boys. Like, don't you love that content that like people post with like throwing their friends at the bar? That's the dumbest stuff ever. Like, why would anybody care about that?
Nobody gives
Like
a
the
shit.
average person on Instagram has literally like their mind is like almost rotten from Instagram,
Yeah.
and you're trying to make them think and remember who all these people are. Nobody cares.
It's like ass
Nobody cares.
picture, ass picture,
Yeah.
ass picture.
Can you pull up the
random
Burj
guy's
Khalifa
photo with
picture?
his
Random guy
photo,
photo it
It's
is.
like ass
Yeah,
picture.
pull up the
Let's
Burj
go,
Khalifa one.
get back to the ass picture.
A little up.
Up. Not
Back
all the
down,
way
back
up,
down a
but,
little
like-
A little bit more down.
Okay, so the Chicago one, 2 rows after that, to the left.
Right under that. Right under it. Yeah, that one.
All
Yeah.
right.
So the average person, like when like that's on Instagram, is just scrolling and trying to get a lot of stimulus. Like the average person is just scrolling through the reels. You need to have content that's going to stop them in their place and be like, whoa, who is this guy? Right? Where is this guy doing? Right? That's how you start having success on Instagram. So this photo right here is this was in Dubai,
Mhm.
and I wanted to take this picture, and nobody knows the hell I went through for this, man.
Talk about it.
I had to call the hotel first of all because Dubai is very annoying about bringing a professional camera in there. I called the hotel.
They don't want you like videotaping the sheiks like fucking the camels or whatever. Yeah.
I don't even know what the reason is for, man. But they charged me $1,000. I had to rent out. Yeah, I had to rent out this venue, this swimming pool area at 6 a.m.
That's
so I could
insane.
take this picture for
Damn,
$1,000.
That is commitment.
So I
bro.
get here at 6 a.m. I rented out for 2 hours, and I realized, oh fuck, I forgot my charger at home. And I'm like, damn it, I just wasted $1,000. But I just quickly just Ubered back and then Ubered back to the location, got my charger, and then I snagged up that picture basically
That's
with the camera.
insane.
Right. So I went
And
through.
who took that picture?
I had a girl with me.
Okay, okay.
Like my photos aren't taken by a professional photographer, right? It's usually by the girl that I'm rolling with most of the
Yeah.
time. It's you just frame it, tell them, hey, look, here's how you take the picture, now you take it. Trust me, you can take this with your iPhone too. You don't need these
Of
professional.
course, yeah.
That is
You
You
commitment.
just do a lot of post editing for sure, right? Like all
I
of
do-
them
I
have
do.
like a theme of with
I
like
do
a-
I do edit,
it's
yeah,
not
for
too
sure.
loud. It's
And-
not too loud. That's
And I think everybody should
Yeah.
at least find somebody that's going to do it for you.
Mhm.
It's like your Instagram should look like a movie. Like you should look like a character out of the movie.
Mm.
Like you should have that Instagram when people go on it, it just stops someone in a place. So like, wait, who is this guy?
I gotta start doing that with like Miami places. What are some good spots in Miami?
I have a
Yeah.
lot of content in Miami. I have a lot.
I'll take a look at your Instagram later. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I
do editing
just literally
as
just
well,
copy
right?
my
Yeah,
photo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me swipe in some of your shit. Maybe I'll even like just take my head and put it on your body, and that'll be the photo.
Yeah, yeah.
Go-
From Mount Olympus. Yeah. No, do the Mount Olympus recap.
Yeah, sure. You could show the recap video on it too.
Yeah.
You can watch some of my highlights too. Like watch the Miami highlights. That
Well,
Okay, yeah.
no,
Go to
let's-
Miami highlights.
Well, scroll down and do the.
yeah, this was like in the last couple of days.
Okay.
No, highlights. You see highlights?
Okay, go.
You can do videos too. Go to videos.
Okay, yeah. Go to videos.
Yeah,
Or
click the
reels.
the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, that one.
Girl. So we did this.
That's fine. That's okay. Yeah, sound probably won't go.
The song would have made it better.
Yeah, try that out. Yeah, make it play. Yeah.
Yeah, and this is like
Yeah,
the
and then
visual
make it play.
evidence.
Continue playing. That's pretty crazy. That's insane. Like the videos, like the editing is insane. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh, interesting. Interesting. I like it.
And that was like the visual evidence that we talked about.
Mm.
It's like when you have content like that and you invite other models to come to your shoot and they see that video and they start going on the tags like who are the other girls that are on it, and they see that there's 4 other models with over 1 million followers there, and they start getting all this FOMO and they just can't say no, right?
I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take all your photos and post, and I'm gonna deep fake my face onto there, and that's gonna be on my Instagram.
Yeah. How about I'll connect you with some photographers out here actually, just shoot content with them.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some questions.
Yeah. Well, my question to you is what do you want your Instagram to be and look like?
That's a good question. I don't really care much. Like for me, it's just like I'd like to make it an easy tool for me to get people on the podcast and get pussy. Those are like the only 2 things.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So he needs to have content of him doing the podcast
Exactly.
with
Yeah,
hot
we have
girls.
to have
Exactly,
content
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I gotta start get better at taking photos. Yeah, we should do that.
Not even just picture. I mean, not even just photos. Like when we are on the podcast with girls, right? We should just ask someone.
Yeah.
Or when the BTS guy just take his phone and just
TikTok,
like
yeah.
do like a video. Or
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys,
that,
yeah,
and then
dude,
just-
stories are very important. by the
Yeah,
way.
I should start doing that.
Stories are so important.
Yeah,
Before every single one of our events, I always test out who are the hot, warm leads. I post some stories. I see which girls are watching my stories. Those
Yeah,
are usually
yeah.
the best, the warmest leads of people to invite. You should
I love
also
those
a good
chicks that
thing-
watch all your stories but never respond to your DMs. Those are my favorite.
But
yeah.
if you,
Every single story, like they watch it. First
Obviously,
one,
if you have a photo shoot,
4 a.m. You
of
post
course
a story. They're already there. They're
Yeah.
watching it.
That's
You all of a
the
sudden you're
hell.
like photo shoot. They're like, all
Yeah,
right,
photo
yeah,
shoot, yeah,
what's up?
okay,
Yeah,
I'm down.
okay,
Yeah, maybe the
come,
photo
yeah.
shoot. And then she gets her surprise. There's no photo shoot.
Do you
Just
guys do clips? Like, do you guys clip like moments of your podcast?
no, we
and post
should,
them?
dude. We
Oh
gotta,
yeah,
we,
for
we,
sure.
we gotta get better at all that shit.
For sure. And I would like strategically come up with some things to say to really like spark up like small moments in the podcast
Yeah.
where you could put it like in the Instagram.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
So that
debating
you
though if I
can-
want to put that on my personal one or the business one, because the business one like got taken down earlier.
I would recommend to have both.
I'll probably
I would
get
have a personal one where it's about like let's say one day you don't
You have
want to do
business one right
podcasts
now.
anymore,
taken-
right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's a good chance it'll get taken down at some point.
Yeah, like let's say one day you don't want to have podcasts, right? But you still
Yeah.
want to bang chicks, right? It's like you still have your main page.
I wonder what will happen first. I'll stop wanting to bang chicks, or I'll stop wanting to have podcasts. We'll see.
I think when you die,
Yeah,
you'll
I
start
think-
wanting to bang chicks. I think that'll be an answer.
But I think I'll also probably stop wanting to have podcasts when I'm dead. You know, that'd be
Mm.
kind of a weird podcast, just my skeleton here, and like DMP's like narrating just like a dead body of me, like
It could work.
I'm like a puppet or something.
Yeah, it could work.
Bro, I'm down actually. We should actually invite like a large group of girls next time we come to Miami,
Mm.
run some podcasts over here.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should
Make
do
it
that.
very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm down for that, man. I'm also down for Colombia, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Colombia. Yeah,
Dude, you guys are
down.
cool. You guys got some really good things going for you in this podcast.
Mm.
Like the way you guys like really think and the open mindedness you guys have. It's fucking awesome.
Thanks,
I
man.
really enjoyed
Appreciate
being
it.
on this podcast, man.
No, thank you. I enjoyed having you guys here. But
Right.
let's do some questions, Jack.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are there any cameras you guys would recommend besides just using an iPhone?
Oh, I knew that question was coming.
Okay, well, I mean, dude, if you're really serious about this, like if there's guys, if you're a guy that's really serious about being a professional photographer and you want to network with a lot of models and shoot content with the top models, you gotta get the best of the best, man. And this is like a tricky subject because like the photographers that I know in LA, it's hard to catch up to them. And this is why I stopped.
Mm.
Like, trust me, I'm a really good photographer, but I'm not gonna compete with the photographers in LA that they do it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Like it's their life taking content of
Because
girls.
it's equipment wars.
They have
Yeah.
$30,000 worth of cameras
Yeah,
and all this different equipment. So like you need to get the top of the top. If you're trying to be somebody that's regularly taking photos of models, you need to have the most professional camera. I personally like Sony, but invest in something top of the top.
Mm.
If you just want to take content for yourself, if you want it just for your personal page, and it's not something you want to make money from, and you're not looking to get clients from it too, you don't need the best of the best. You could just get a starter camera. I would still recommend you get a mirrorless camera, but you don't need to be perfect at it, right?
What's the Sony camera brand you recommend for like if you want to do the top of the top?
Well, it's the top of the top. If you're talking photos,
Yeah, photos.
Sony A7R4, that's the best.
Okay.
Alpha 1, the A1, that's a good one. That's
I
like
think
a
we have the
$5,000.
A7C, but that's for
A7C,
video.
yeah.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's basically like the A7 III, but like a smaller version.
Okay.
Yeah.
The A7R4 is better in my opinion. Like I only know a photographer. He has a Sony FX. That's a $30,000 camera. Like, good luck trying to compete with that guy, man. Good luck. Like, he already has all this momentum.
Yeah.
Already knows like all these top celebrities that he shoots with. All these.
So better
female
off like
models.
just having an event and inviting him and taking
Yeah.
pictures and
And then
Yeah.
you rob his ass.
Unless
and get
you're
the content.
passionate about it, I do
Yeah.
not recommend you to hop into photography. I do
Makes
not
sense,
recommend. And instead, just know the photographers.
Yeah,
Because
just
trust
be the
me,
event
it's way
organizer.
easier being the coordinator,
Mhm.
where all the photographers have to do the post editing, everything,
Yeah,
and you
yeah.
don't do anything.
Yeah,
You get more credit than the photographers even.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the part that involves me getting credit without me doing the work. That's my favorite
exactly.
part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coordinators.
All right, what's the next question?
Is this strategy replicable in a smaller city? Like if you're just in some small
Yeah,
Texas
yeah,
city?
for sure. But the thing is, you're obviously not going to be doing photo shoots with girls with millions of followers in your city, and you're not going to be doing like really badass events that we do. But you could still develop like social circle game and still prominent anywhere you go. Like there's still places, trendy spots that people go to on a regular basis.
There's always like
that
the
you need to get to
popular
know.
crowd. Like no matter
Right.
what small town you're in, like there's always like a group of people that are semi-popular. Probably the people that travel out of your small town and go to like whatever nearby bigger city it is. So it's like you got to determine your logistics. If there is like a bigger city that's like 30 minutes away, maybe you start networking there instead.
yeah.
But there's always an in crowd. There's
I always
no
say
matter
like if you
what.
live in a super small town, then just move.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah,
I grew up in a small town. I got the fuck out of there
Mhm.
as soon as
yeah,
graduated.
I agree with that. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
All right, what's the next question?
How do you want to pose in photos?
Okay, so I mean, posing the photos, you want to be looking away from the camera. That's number one. That's rule number one in cinematography. You want to look like a character in a movie, basically.
You want me to
And
talk about body language?
I always say, let me know if you agree or disagree with this. This is what I say. I say you want to make it look like you don't even know the camera's there. Like you're just
Yeah.
doing some cool activity and some paparazzi took a picture
For
of you,
sure.
and you don't even know the camera's
And
there.
what I do usually, like, yeah, I have like poses that I go through, but just put your camera, like if you have a good mirrorless camera, you just put it on continuous shooting, and it just starts going crazy. Just choose a lot at once. Just take a lot of photos, right? And then just go through them. Eventually, you're gonna find one that you like.
Yeah, look
That's
as
the best
relaxed as possible. Relax.
Yeah, I agree
You're
with
not
that.
gonna get it right the first time. You're gonna get better as time goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys take like
Like-
hundreds of photos for each. Yeah,
Yes, for
yeah, I
sure.
do that
for
too.
sure.
Yeah, I talk about it. Yeah, some
Yeah.
guys will take like 5 photos and they want to get like a perfect photo. Like,
Oh,
And then
no.
they'll be like,
You got-
can I get photo feedback?
yeah, you gotta like up the
No.
volume
Like 5 pictures,
significantly.
no.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
For every good photo, for every photo I have on my Instagram, I take like at least 100 bad ones, if not more.
Right.
Yeah, there's so many.
Mm.
So what are the poses that you said you go through? Or
Man, like I think the best way is if I like got up and showed you
that
exactly
would
what
be,
I
yeah,
do.
You're right.
But
That
I
would-
think
that would be
well,
hard.
just
if I'm
looking at
sitting-
his Instagram is more than enough.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah.
that's the best way. Just look at my Instagram. Honestly,
Mufasa DABB.
yeah. Just look at that.
You're gonna have like by tomorrow, you're gonna have like 100 imitation accounts.
Honestly, I'd be flattered. That's imitation.
Yeah,
is
they
the
do
best
say
form of flattery.
flat
And then you'll be easily getting a
imitation
verified
is the most sincerest form of flattery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Honestly, that's
Yeah.
my opinion.
Okay, let's go to the next one. I've had like a few guys like email me, be like, "Yo, man, where do you get those badass pants? You mean like the $15 ones I got on Amazon?"
Yeah,
Starting a wave of like people wearing like fucking cheap Amazon sweatpants.
yeah. It's like really easy to up your style in today's world. You
Yeah.
just need some.
What are you trying to say, bro? No, I know. I definitely do. Like, my style is shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
No, it's not.
Don't make me seem like
No,
a
it's
dick, man.
not.
Come on.
No, you're
No.
good. You're good. I know my style
Let's-
shit.
let's-
That's definitely my weakest point.
What do you think about LA style, by the way?
What is LA style?
Oh man,
I haven't been there since 2017, so
I mean, they're always like
they wear
designer
crazy
clothes
stuff,
and
man.
stuff.
Dude, they
kind
wear
of like the ripped jeans look. Or
no, dude.
It's
Well,
design.
how do I
It's
even
design,
explain it, man?
yeah.
You'll see people wearing crazy shit. I'm literally the only person in LA that doesn't have a tattoo. I'm serious. Like they
Well, it's
will
pretty
wear
popular
like
in Miami. Too.
flamboyant, colorful, baggy, like literally like they're literally wearing clothes that's made out of plastic. The guys, you can fucking see their tits, wearing these like square fucking shades at night with these like bucket hats. They got like tattoos on them, like weird ass piercings. Bro, people wear the craziest shit in LA. It's almost like it's like a flex to look homeless there.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like these like really good looking people, but they still look good even though they look homeless. Weird as
King of
fuck.
the homeless.
I kind of
Yeah.
like Alex's style. I mean, he doesn't need to get his pants fixed up because they have some
This
holes.
was
in them.
a this
I
was
don't
a
know if you're aware of that. There's some holes in your
this
pants.
was a
there.
motorcycle accident. So I actually ride the motorcycle.
Don't worry, we'll get. I'll hit up my mom. She'll stitch those up for you. It's not a
Please,
problem.
yeah. Is
He
she
walks
cute?
the
Is she
walk.
cute or not?
He's Russian.
She used to be like 30
Oh,
years
my
ago.
favorite.
30 years ago. If you got a time machine, maybe. Before I was born, probably.
And then like all of a sudden he looked like
Yeah.
you.
A lot of girls say he looks like Jesus.
Disturbing thought.
A lot of girls says he looks like Jesus.
Yeah. I used to look like
Yeah,
Jesus,
before he
yeah.
shaved his hair, he looks so
Yeah.
so
You
much
should
like
have
Jesus.
been
Sort
like,
of see that.
I'm Jesus' third coming.
Yeah.
I'll make you
Yeah.
come 20 times.
We're gonna like emulate his Instagram to look like Jesus' fourth
That would
coming.
be
Like,
kinda funny.
hair, like really sunbeams coming down all the time,
Yeah.
wearing all white.
I feel like that would
You know.
kind of creep some girls out, though.
There might be some girls that are into it. Who knows?
I think there's
Some
just start.
might believe it. They might believe
Yeah,
it.
I
you
think
know?
some
Yeah.
girls will start religion.
Yeah, like
joining
go to
religion.
like fucking Wichita, Kansas, and get some like religious Bible freak
Yeah.
like chick
Yeah.
who thinks you're Jesus, and you bang her for
Yeah,
that.
they're like, oh my god, how do you have the blue check mark? Because I'm Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
just- I
Jesus
just
would
click-
be there.
I just
Jesus
literally
would be-
swiped my finger and I have a blue check mark.
They had to verify with God, but God said I'm the real deal. It took a while for the paperwork. He took a while to message Instagram.
You guys
back.
ever see DJ Khaled's stories like on Instagram? Some of his stories.
So,
I actually like recommend a lot of people to like look for his old stories. This is why by his demeanor really is. It actually can make you like a very, very attractive person on social media. Like just by the way he is, like because he literally just talks about the dumbest stuff.
You talk about,
It
like,
makes it
Dove
seem so
soap.
interesting.
He's, like, talking about
Yeah,
Dove
yeah. Like
soap.
he literally talks as if he's like the key to success. Dove soap. He's like this fat ass guy.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gross. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like they didn't believe in us. God did. It's like the dumbest shit. But what's really going on is that like he's saying such dumb shit
yeah,
that like girls can realize like he never gets blowback in life.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything goes his way all the time. That's why he gets to say whatever the fuck he wants to all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And it's almost like on social media, like when your stories and stuff, like the dumber things you say and the more genuine it comes across, and like the crazier and weirder you could look, the more attractive you will be to girls.
Yeah, there's like a definitely element that's attractive that looks like you don't care, you're not trying
Mhm.
hard. But I do think part of that, like if some random fat dude tried doing that, like it
Right.
might not work the same.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah,
sure,
yeah.
for sure. Yeah. There has to be like some sort of social proof behind it too, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
he's like DJ
It's
Khaled. as
gotta
well.
be like DJ Khaled.
Right.
All right, let's go to the next one. Let's do like 2 or 3 more.
Sorry, like what is your initial text that you'll send out when you're trying to open a hot girl on Instagram that you're trying to invite to a party or some sort of
No,
event? Like,
I
how
don't-
do you
I don't-
phrase it initially?
I don't slide in girls' DMs for parties.
Hmm.
No,
How do you
because that's like, dude, that's like value taking.
Yeah.
Like, bro, if you like hot girls get invited to a million fucking house parties,
Mm.
right? I'm only gonna invite girls that I personally already know,
Mm.
and they're gonna come out to see me, right? If I'm inviting a girl I don't know to a house party, you're taking value,
Okay.
right? It's like because they're getting invited to a million different things.
Unless she's
But-
like a
so you invite them
tourist or
for
something,
2 events, not
Two
parties.
events.
right?
Yeah, now if you invite them to, now it's a photo shoot where they could get content with all the top photographers in this amazing
Yeah.
venue,
Mm.
into a comp dinner, into an answer party.
You made
Now
her
you're giving
laugh.
value.
You made her laugh.
Right,
He's
now-
a
now you're
cool
giving
guy,
value.
yeah.
And I only slide in DMs when I'm giving value.
Okay.
Right. That's the frame
Mhm.
to have.
Mhm.
Oh,
Follow-up
something else,
question:
yeah.
Is sending a dick pic giving value?
Could
be.
It's like value going in and out.
But trying to meet girls, do you use dating apps and all that, or do you find like what you?
Well, I mean,
the sort of social circle things you've gotten into more that's kind of made that redundant or
well,
less valuable.
I would actually recommend guys to use social like dating apps, even though like I don't use it. I'm not trying to be like hypocritical, not walk the walk. I just really just don't have time to, I just don't have time to use it. But I would recommend each person to use Tinder and other dating apps because you could just get girls into your funnel as well.
But it's like
You talk about it more.
But it's like this, right? So I mean, you can run the dating apps, right? But who is on the dating apps? Maybe not the highest value girls, and if they are, what is their experience? They're instantly matched with 1,000 people a day, and they have like a stream of messages that they can't even like.
Dude, it's even worse than you think. Even the fat chicks get like 1,000.
Yeah, they can't even deal with that. But and then okay, Instagram's kind of the same way. Like they may be getting a lot of DMs, but the thing is, number one, almost every girl's on Instagram. Every hot girl's on Instagram, and they're one message away from you messaging them. So I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to build up the content on your page to show that you have value to those girls until they, you know, respond to you. But it's like, why would you be on the smallest like funnel of girls, like the smallest stream of girls on Tinder, if you could? I mean, you have to do both, right? You want to have experience around girls 100%. And if that's the quickest way to do that is a dating app, then by all means, like start doing the dating app. But if you can do both at the same time, build your social proof, build your social standing up, then every girl is open to you. Even the hottest girls are open to you on Instagram because they're a DM away from coming out to something with you.
Yeah, the way I think of it, Instagram is like a social resume, basically.
Exactly.
It's like a resume. It's like a LinkedIn for social shit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
That's kind of how I think of it.
Like every single form of content should be curated.
Which is funny because it started as just like a way for people like to share pictures with their friends.
Pictures of
Yeah.
food. Pictures of
Yeah,
food. That's what it
Do
really
you guys remember
started as.
Facebook back in like 2008? Like 2008. It was like the
I
cringiest
think-
content ever.
I think
Yeah,
I
yeah.
joined, like 2008. Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
and the thing is like that's how most people operate today on
Yeah.
social media. It's like they still think it's like Facebook 2008.
Yeah.
Posting is like really selfish content.
Well, if you're a
like, the fucking
chick, you
shit
can
they
do
eat for
that.
breakfast and stuff like that.
You'll still get
Yeah.
laid either way. But yeah, if you're a dude, yeah.
Here's the thing too.
Be
Like,
more strategic.
Exactly.
the girls that Mufasa and I are with are probably not on Tinder.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like guys, you know, and they're not really like they're not even at the clubs either.
Yeah.
You know, you talk to a girl like one of these models at the photo shoot in the Hollywood Hills, and you're like, oh, you know.
But
when
I bet
when
they're
we
all on
first started-
Seeking.
When we first started, yeah, Seeking is great. When we first started, we were like, okay, we're gonna go to the photo shoot. We're gonna pull these girls to the club. They're
Yeah.
gonna fucking love us because we're taking
Yeah.
them out to the highlight room or something like that. You talk to those girls, they're like, I don't really like the club. I don't really
Yeah.
go to the club, and they're
Right.
honest. Like they
That's
don't
crazy,
go
yeah.
there, right? They may go to the Hollywood. They might go to Playboy Mansion. They might do this. They might hang out with Drake. Because they're getting hit up all the time to do that in the private parties and get flown out to wherever. They don't enjoy going to the club. Why would they go to the club where a bunch of weirdos are going to fucking hit on them all the time? So the girls that we have access to are not there. They're not in these places where everybody can have access to them.
Interesting.
I was telling you guys the other night, what concept appeals to me the most? It's like kind of a combination of what you guys are doing and like, I guess like some shit I fantasize about. Mr. Lucky POV. Remember I was telling you that?
Wait, I remember. Yeah, you were telling me
yeah.
that.
We talk about it a little more.
So he's this dude. He's a porn. He's the second highest paid porn actor in the world, I think. He doesn't even have to show his face. Basically, his whole Instagram is just hot chicks that he bangs. It's just porn star after porn star after porn star. You can't see his face. You can just see his body and the chick, and it's just like hot chick after hot chick after hot chick after hot chick. And apparently, like, because we have a mutual friend, and he actually started off as a PUA. He got into that, but he like hot porn stars slide in his DMs, and they're like, "Hey, can we do a content trade?" That's how he does it. Content trades. So he puts them on his OnlyFans, so they get clout from that. And I guess he fucks them, right? That's the
Right.
win for him, and he gets it for his content or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I like that shit. Like, I like that.
So how would you put yourself in this position to get closer to that?
I mean, he would have to put in effort. Which
Yeah,
he doesn't do it.
Yeah, it's just more like a fantasy of mine. Yeah, it's not. No, I mean,
That's why it's a fantasy.
No, I mean, I guess I could. Like, I could start an OnlyFans. I don't know if I really want to, though.
But it's
But
not.
no,
It's
I-
not that far away though.
Yeah,
Like you
that's
could
the
run.
No, I
the
mean, I
photo
could, yeah, I
shoots.
could.
It's not about the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's about the Instagram, like the putting effort into.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how my girlfriend would feel about that.
You go to the photo shoots, right?
Like-
Though,
Yeah.
and all the girls are going to do OnlyFans. Like if they're a model, they're not
Yeah.
an established model, they're doing OnlyFans.
Right.
You
Yeah,
go and network
you
with
don't
them, and you
find
say,
doctors there. Yeah.
"Listen, I have this OnlyFans. Sometime I want to exchange content." And that's just
Yeah.
a way for you to
Yeah.
begin the
true,
conversation.
yeah.
And I
that's
may or
easy.
may not prematurely ejaculate.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
thinking about like
That's the
starting.
kink,
That's-
like
that's-
that's what
That's
they
the
do, yeah.
bottom line.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
in the
I was
contract.
thinking about like starting an OnlyFans page too, but it's like a fat Indian fucking like hot white girls, right?
That-
But then like that's such a niche.
Every episode you get
no
fatter
brown
and
guy is
fatter.
actually fucking these white girls, and then I
you
can form a-
explode like you.
But you should
I
get-
would explode
Yeah.
on the camera, outside camera.
You should get
Oh my
fatter in
God,
every
dude.
episode.
Yeah,
By like
every
by like the
episode-
100th episode, you're just
episode
this
I'll show
obese
the-
creature.
Every episode I'll show the weighing machine, the weight. It's like 180.
Yeah, that's
Next
how.
one is 195 pounds, and the next one is like 220.
That's
And the girls get hotter and hotter.
that's how the porno
like,
starts. The porno starts with a weight machine, like, and
with
it-
my legs and like.
and it's like that music from Curb Your Enthusiasm. Doom, 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 doom.
I guess.
Oh,
So
man,
that,
that's
that,
rough.
that, I was thinking about it, but I would do something like if like Mr. Lucky POV. I have like 3 sex tapes, but I wouldn't be posting them.
Uh-huh.
I could probably do it with like OnlyFans.
The second
That's what
shot
I
is
was
the
thinking.
gross look on the chick's face. She's like
So
That's what I was
this.
thinking.
so you guys said like the porn industry is very big in Miami, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
pretty
huge.
big. Yeah.
Have you guys ever met any porn stars here?
Yeah, I've interviewed some. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've had
You
Sarah
have any
J
stories?
on this couch. I've had Rochelle Ryan on this couch. I've had Sterling Cooper. I interviewed virtually. Yeah.
What do you guys talk about?
I mean, you gotta check out the podcast. I don't know, it was long. Like we just
Yeah,
talked
just
about the porn industry,
lots of
crazy
porn, yeah,
stories,
yeah.
how they got into it. With like the male porn star interviewed, I just like
Interesting.
how he got into it. He
Yo.
had a pretty crazy story how he
Yeah.
got into porn.
I wonder what would happen if we actually invited all these girls out to get content. Like I bet you like they wanted content too, right?
Yeah.
Some of them would say
So-
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, like potentially like us actually running an event where we invite the girls to
The
content.
tricky thing with porn is that female talent is usually very hesitant to work with male talent who doesn't have any proof. So like you would need to have some sex tapes first because a lot of guys either they can't get hard on camera or they prematurely ejaculate. That's like a real thing. that
well,
happens
well,
all
we
the
don't
time.
we don't have to invite them to like an actual like video shoot. Like we actually can invite them to probably something else just so that we can network with them
Mhm.
and probably future project something that we
Yeah.
can do with them.
So like even inviting
you-
just
but-
porn stars just like for photo shoots, basically that's what he's saying. Yeah. No, they're not talking about OnlyFans.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. It's not just about fucking. It's
Yeah.
basically getting them on the events, and after that doing the same thing, basically replacing those chicks that we're talking about with porn stars.
Well, we can have like a carousel. First, we get them to events, then we get them on the podcast.
I just think
And
it'd
then
be,
it's just like any man goes. Like we
Yeah.
just set them loose, and whoever first gets them.
yeah, I just think it'd be cool to be like at a venue full of porn stars.
Yeah.
Basically, that was my idea with it.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
yeah. Event, yeah.
The tits are big.
Yeah.
Figured, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So you guys talk with porn stars over here, a lot of girls. What other types of people do you talk to?
Yeah, we have,
Oh,
we have a lot of
we
girls who
interviewed
can
it
come
for,
on.
like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Shit ton.
Once
Like we
again,
have this.
Right now, I'm in talks with this is gonna be an interesting one. If Joe Francis, the guy that created Girls Gone Wild, I want to get him on the podcast.
Amazing.
That'd be
Yeah,
amazing.
he spent like a whole bunch of years in jail, so he probably has all kinds of stories.
Huh.
Once that involve consensual and non-consensual sex.
Shit.
CNC.
My God.
Consensual, non-consensual as
Yeah,
well.
like in prison, you know. Well, yeah. All right. Let's do maybe like one or two more questions.
Let's do one, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's do one.
What can guys with a lot of money do?
What can guys with a lot of money do? I don't know what kind
no,
of
no,
question
no.
that is.
No, ask what guys with a lot of. Hey? Just change next.
What do you
question,
think about paying to get your Instagram verified? If guys do have a lot of money, you think it's a good move?
Oh, for sure. Well, I would say it's like it just depends on what you're trying to do. It's like if you're just trying to bang a lot of chicks, you don't need it. You just need a good content, basically.
Mhm.
But if you're inviting girls to events and you're sliding a lot of girls DMs, it's definitely going to benefit you to have the blue check mark.
Yeah,
right.
makes sense.
Or if you have like a big brand and you're running big brands, you're running like a business through your Instagram, it's probably going to benefit you from getting the blue check mark.
Mhm.
But there's a lot of guys that just want like a lot of followers. They want all this clout. They want this blue check mark when they have like no reason as to why they want them, basically.
Yeah, like I remember when I was talking to Sarah J. We were talking about like celebs who have slid in her DMs, and she was saying like she's like, yeah, you know, I got her to admit she was like, yeah, I only answer DMs for people who have a blue check mark. Like if you don't have a blue check mark, I don't even see your message.
Right.
Well, she's an exception because she's like a popular porn star. But I was like thinking about that, like, yeah, if you're like a really good looking guy or like you have a dope life, like she won't even see your message.
Mm.
But yeah,
Right.
she is an exception because she's like a celebrity. But yeah, I was
Yeah.
kind of thinking about
And I
that.
kind of see that as like, yeah, for especially for what we do, like we definitely need to get the blue check mark. It's because like more and more people, it's becoming easier and easier to get that blue check mark.
Yeah, and
all
pretty
the
soon it's
time,
not going
and
to
it's
mean
gonna be
much.
more
The
sad.
easier it
Yeah,
gets, the
yeah.
less it's going to mean.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
for
like
sure.
getting verified on Tinder. That's how it's going to be like.
Well, you know,
taking a
you
picture.
know what's interesting in 2012. Not a lot of people remember. In 2012, verification on Tinder was like Instagram. Like you had to
Yeah.
be a legit person
Mm.
Yeah.
to get verified on Tinder. Now it's like all you have to do is show a photo of you with thumbs up. But like
Or
back
with the
then,
dick inside.
yeah. But back then it used to be completely different.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And my buddy, he had one of his clients was Tinder, and he actually got hooked up with a blue check mark. His like Tinder matches skyrocketed.
Yeah.
But this was 2012. It's a completely different world on Tinder back then.
10 years ago. Wow.
Yeah, good times. Okay, cool. Well, I think we got through a lot of good shit. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on. It was a really fun
thanks for having
podcast.
us,
man.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
we
Yeah.
should definitely do a part 2.
Yeah,
You
that
guys
was
want to
fun.
plug anything or anything?
Well, I mean, if you want to actually just check out our content, you just follow us on Instagram basically right now.
Okay. So yeah, Mufasa Dab, right?
Yeah.
MUFASADABB. Okay.
Yeah,
please
and
show
check
me.
out the Elevate page that's in the bio as well.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So on Elevate, that's where we actually kind of put where we're going to, like our next events.
Nice.
And
Pretty cool.
if usually it's for like girls to come, like we're letting them know like when they want to come to our events. These are our events, but also like some guys too. Every now and then we pick some lucky guys to actually come to our events too.
Mhm.
So if they are interested, they could possibly reach out to us. But who knows?
There's going to be hundreds of these reaching out to you.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
I,
I saw you on the PWF
Yeah,
podcast.
But how
totally
many
fine.
even,
Like
even
at
live
least
in LA, you know, it's
at
difficult
least
life
I would want to
Wow.
give each one of those people some sort of value to
Yeah.
actually help them with their journey that they want to become,
Mhm.
even
Or-
if they don't get to some of our
Or
events.
they could just become like a free
You know.
assistant to you. Who knows? Like, you know.
Yeah, who knows? Like there's
I'll
some
bring your
way we
morning
can still
coffee
give them
every day.
value
Yeah.
to actually progress in their journey.
Exactly. I like the sound of that.
I'll clean up the used condoms after you're done. I'll be the condom picker. I have no pride. I'll do anything. I'll fucking I'll do
Man.
anything. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, dude, this was fun. This was like a good like cross between like the type of stuff you guys are doing and stuff
Yeah.
we're doing, and it just kind of became this like really synergistic.
Yeah, dude. The
synergistic, like,
timing is also really interesting
value
because we had
as well.
Michael Sartain on yesterday. It's just like the timing is like
Mhm.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of that. Dude, Michael Sartain is a very, very sharp guy.
Yeah.
He is. He has so much
Incredible.
energy. I don't know how
Right.
he's so energetic. The podcast was probably 95% him talking, and like he was just like I didn't even want to interrupt him. He was just going on these like flows, tangents. I was just like, all right. It was just like I would ask him a question and he would like answer 20 other things I
Yeah.
haven't even asked yet.
So did you get better at that as you started your podcast? Did you start getting better at flowing
At
like that? too?
interviewing, yeah,
Yeah?
I definitely did. If you can watch my like early videos from 2017, I'm like cringe on camera.
Yeah, very cringe.
Yes, I even made a compilation showing how cringe I used to be.
That's
Like,
amazing.
bro.
when
I used to
was
be
taking
really
the video-
stiff and like,
Yeah, when I
Hello.
was taking the video too, I would like kind of smile because like how cringe he was being.
this is Alex from Playing with Fire.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of people that do podcasts, they get very good at public speaking, like super fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just get a lot better at it. Yeah.
I think public speaking, I was still, we were still okay, but I think the on video is completely different. Even now, if I
Oh.
shoot a video like separately outside the podcast, I am still a bit cringe because it's like I'm not used to it. For him, it's like he's used to both podcasts and videos and anything.
I'm actually more confident on camera than I am
Yeah.
off camera nowadays.
yeah.
Like once the camera turns off, I just become a little bitch. I'm just
Yeah.
like, hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
amazing.
Like the camera like snaps me into it. No,
And
I
you
mean
guys
you
do a lot
just
of
get like
podcasts.
really used to it after a while.
Yeah,
You start enjoying
That
it.
makes sense.
Natural. Yeah, you like a lot of bad habits I used to have. Like I used to have a habit of always interrupting guests, and I still do to some small extent. But like, yeah, like you just
no,
start, like,
you're really good, bro. You really
picking up
you were
on it.
able to get like all the bits of value and
Information
information
from you,
to
basically.
present to
yeah.
these guys. Like we honestly give them some really good information, a lot
Yeah.
of value,
yeah,
and it was really because of the type of questions you guys asked
Yeah.
and the flow of the conversation.
yeah.
So
thanks,
no,
man.
you guys are fucking crushing it, man.
Absolutely.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you kindly. All right, guys.
Plug in
Oh, yeah.
yours,
Let's
Alex.
plug your-
What do we plug?
Instagram.
Oh yeah, Alex Gordon, ALXGRDN. Then the Elevate page, you can find that in the Instagram bio. So it's elevate.main. You can see all the events, you can see all the videos, you can see all the hot
We're
girls
gonna
that we have
we're
there.
gonna post his Facebook group as well. Like,
Facebook group, yeah, the gang. Check out
The
the gang.
gang,
Become a gangster and start living your best life.
And then tomorrow we're back to debating some random trolls on the internet. So don't worry, that content is still there. I'm still gonna be debating trolls.
Hell
It's,
yeah.
it's like pretty funny to like go from like having like conversations with like cool people, accomplished people, like debating some random black pillars who think game doesn't exist. It's like such a contrast. It's like these two worlds that I'm involved in. It's just
Yeah.
like
But it's almost like it's important to actually do that because it gives you like a reality check. It's
Yeah,
like, look
yeah,
how
yeah.
far we came.
yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
depressing sometimes though.
Like,
But
it,
yeah,
it
I
is
feel
it is super annoying when they're like people are like so much in victim mindset. When
Game is
you
fake,
know
bro.
you put in a lot of work to get there, and then like everyone is like, dude, but you know it's not gonna help me. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. If it helped then fat Indian, of course, is gonna help you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool guys. All right. Thanks everyone for joining in. It was a fun podcast, and I'll talk to you guys next
Yeah.
time.
Later, guys. Peace.